So we are officially recording, which is
Okay.
great.
Here we go. We're live on the internet. It's happening. We're here. We're here. We're live on the internet. Hello.
Oh my God.
How are you guys doing? There's like so much hype in this call. I don't even know what to do.
Well, it's just a very exciting time here.
It
And
really
the
is.
combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell of the digital internet being the Post Show Recaps D&D campaign and the DMFilly Twitch initiative. And now to like build out our restaurant, we're adding a Marvel Cinematic Universe wing. So this is a pretty exciting smorgasbord we have.
It's not just a restaurant; it's an experience.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like medieval times or
God.
pirate, whatever.
Well,
No
listen, there
utensils.
might be some characters in here that might feel like they can fit into that time period.
Yeah.
So, a bit of a preview.
No utensils. None of that allowed in this one.
I am very excited. I've been buried in this stuff all day, you guys. As I sat here, like finishing out the last of my ridiculous enemy character sheet, I watched Endgame and freaking what else did I watch? Age of Ultron. I watched like a ton of Avengers movies today, and I'm like drowning in it. And yeah, I don't know like how many times I just watched Cap say Avengers Assemble, but like
You're looking for that inspiration.
I found it.
Yeah,
I
that
found it. I think
Marvel inspiration.
Mark off inspiration after Cap says Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
Everybody gets inspiration die.
Oh my God. We should probably give some backstory as to like A, what we're doing, but B, why we're doing it. I feel like Rich, this is your Twitch channel if you wanna take that for a spin. But who knows who like doesn't know the full story behind why we're about to do what we're about to do.
The full story is a very long story, and I'm long-winded, so I'll try to give the abridged version, which is to say, once upon a time, we stayed up all night in the post-show recaps Discord. We got drunk on crazy sleepover energy. We like completely spontaneously raised like $2,000 for charity, and we're like, this is ridiculous. Let's do that again with intention. So this summer, on August 6th and 7th, we did a 42-hour marathon D&D session, 9 DMs, gosh, like 50 players. I don't even remember the stats, but we've raised a ridiculous amount of money. We raised over $6,000 for charity that time, and it was incredible because you've built an awesome little community here, Josh. We have built an awesome little community here, and suffice to say that we had a bunch of incentive reward games lined up to like get people hyped and get people excited and give them a little bit of extra reason to maybe donate that extra $5 to charity. And so here we are. This is the last of our incentive rewards after the marathon. We had a Monty Python one shot. There was an improv game. Adam ran a mini marathon 12-hour session with like 10 players. What am I forgetting? There's other things. There's a Brant Steele still coming up. So this is not even the last one. I'm already lying to you. And I'm sure I'm forgetting things because I'm trying to remember all the abilities that this bad guy is going to have for 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
There's just data like pouring out of my head. So here we are. We're going to do the Everything is Super podcast, DMFilly Marvel one shot D&D mega hype crossover event. That's the story as quickly as I could tell.
Kevin, as the other head of the two-headed Everything is Super dragon, can you
The
believe
dragon has two heads.
that our lives have taken us to this moment where we are going to merge Dungeons and Dragons with Marvel characters? Because that is what we're about to do. We're about to play D&D with MCU characters.
No, and it's incredible. Like, it's one of those things where I never thought the idea of these two worlds coming together, but now that it has, I'm like beyond hyped about it. Like getting a peek at our character sheets, I'm just like, oh my God, this is so cool! Like, there's just so much excitement and energy in it that I'm pretty hyped about it. Like I was anticipating like a really cool time, but there's something also about like just actually sitting at the table, right? Like it's the anticipation of the game and then like actually sitting down to play the game, and all of a sudden you're just like, oh my God, this is happening. This is happening. And it's really exciting, especially with this this fun group that we've assembled.
Let's talk about the fun group for podcast purposes. You're listening to this in a podcast version. You know who Kevin and I are, but let's go around the horn and get everybody else lined up. They call him King Adam H, or at least they used to when he first set foot in the Wario Casino. Adam, regale us with your tale and your personage.
My tale, gosh, so long ago I joined the Wario Casino on a hope and a whim to one day get a pizza from Josh Wegler for reaching 100 coins. That dream did come true. It happened, and it was the most amazing pizza of my entire life. But that's how I started in PSR, through the Wario Casino, wanting to get a pizza. And now here we are, however many months later, playing Dungeons and Dragons with MCU characters. I really never thought this would happen, but I'm stoked to be here. This is going to be amazing.
One of our DMs in the PSR Dungeons and Dragons Discord campaign, Adam, is this like this kind of thing, just like playing as like big pop culture characters with Dungeons and Dragons rules, just like something that was like not even on your radar as a possibility of things that we could eventually do as a group?
I don't know about that. I don't know that. I just thought that maybe we would never like do it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's one of those things that everyone is like, oh, this would be so cool if we got to do, or oh, we should do that. But leave it to Rich Filiberto to get us in here, actually doing it, coming up with these ridiculous character sheets, getting us all together. So I'm stoked. This is amazing. I love MCU, love everything is super, love Dungeons and Dragons. This is going to be amazing.
All right, next on the lineup, one of Kevin's great friends, IRL, who has transcended the medium of IRL. Is IRL a medium? Let's call like life.
Is reality a medium?
Yeah,
I think
so.
It is.
You're
it's
content.
Wow, real thinker there.
I've been plugged into the content machine for too long to think anything else. Sheldon, City of Mist's very own Kings of Neon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be here. I mean, happy again to be playing any game that Rich is running, but this is just such a combination of worlds. I'm so excited. Like, I've been in the nerd world forever. I've worked for LA Comic-Con, so like just Marvel, it feels like is in my blood. And then D&D came later, and now it's like it's here together. Wild.
Yeah,
blood has been mixed.
Yeah, blood is about to be spilled as well, potentially with the arrival of our final player of the evening. A snake may be eaten by the time
snake blood will definitely be spilled.
This is all done. Mixmaster Mike Bloom. Oh my God.
We're here. Yeah, I am a bloody little boy. So I'm
Canceled. I thought that we'd get shut down by Disney first.
This is when I reveal that I'm playing a Spider-Man 2 kid, right? This is when I get the mask and put it on.
Yes.
Or Iron Man 2 kid, I should say. No, this is wild. I'm just so pumped to get into this. This really is like a mingling of all of my favorite things in the world. As someone who plays a character that is based on sort of a pop culture property, like it is extremely my jam, to Adam's point, to like sort of take something and reskin it in a different environment. And I think having this thought exercise, I mean, it was amazing to watch Rich do this from like a DM perspective. And he essentially made a bunch of toys, dumped them in our laps, and said, go play with them. And I'm really excited to break out the plastic packaging and actually get to playing it.
Rich, aka DMFilly, could you explain to people basically what you did without spoilers, but effectively what you did? Because we're not like outright necessarily playing like, like all the way from the ground up Dungeons and Dragons, but like you're basically like creating your own Lego empire here.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who knows me, you guys have played a lot of D&D with me. I love rules. I love the rules, but you learn the rules so you can break the rules. So we're definitively playing 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons here. People are going to see stuff that you're familiar with in a lot of ways. These characters, as we started going through the process of like putting this together, look, they're the Avengers. They're high level. And the reality is, like, stepping into a one shot, I've had a lot of opportunities to like do this recently, where you come in to play a 15th, 18th, 16th, 20th level character, and God, there's a lot of stuff on the sheet. And I like spend my days steeped in this stuff and have for decades, and it's a lot for me. So I said to myself and to you guys, we got a couple options. We can build out legit by the book player characters, or I could build up stat blocks for all these guys. And I'm going to play a la carte. We're going to take what we need from the right places and plug them in. I've had the conversation with a couple of people on the Discord about, like, you know, when we do the thing where we're like, what character class is this character, right? And it can be so hard because it doesn't fit perfectly, right? Like, no matter how many times you want to tell me Gandalf's a druid, like, no, he doesn't shapeshift. He doesn't have wild shape. He's not a D&D druid, you know? And so to that end, I took the stuff that I felt was appropriate and built you guys out a roster of characters. I did the same with my bad guy. They are balanced, you know. They're definitely scaled.
For the audio medium, there were quotation marks in the air.
That was the air
around that word balanced. I don't think that was a Thanos Easter egg, though.
No, it was definitely not. Yeah. So, I gave you guys a bunch of stuff. Now, look, any hardcore Marvel fan will have many nits to pick with me. These are by no means a complete reflection of the skill set or the suite of abilities that any of these people actually have. But I think I got pretty close, and I think it's going to create a dramatic, exciting, really fun evening. So,
okay. I don't know. I mean, we could talk for a while. I'm sure we're going to want to talk a lot afterwards and certainly during. So should we just do the during? Should we assemble? Should Earth's mightiest heroes get together and figure out whatever the heck it is that we have to figure out?
That was my favorite soft drink catchphrase. Do the during.
Do the during.
Yeah.
Do the during.
Yes.
That's good.
Do we all have to hum the theme song? Is that a thing? Yeah. There it is. There it is. I really wanted that moment. Okay. Yeah, you tell me. You guys ready for it?
I think as ready as I mean, just to be clear to everybody who's watching or listening, like all of us, like we've been talking about who we're going to play and all of that stuff for a while now, but we have all just received like these incredibly amazing character sheets effectively that Rich, you have designed, and they are like stunningly gorgeous. And I think everyone is both very excited to take this for a ride and also like, well, I hope I don't break the whole city. So we're gonna find out which way that goes. Apologies for any sloppiness in the playing that is about to occur, but we've got like data in front of us that we all need to process. It's gonna be really, really fun. I think with that prerequisite out of the way, I've got nothing further. Rich, the wheel is fully yours.
Excellent. Got nothing for you.
I say to all you guys the thing I say all the time, which is like, slow me down, stop me, ask questions as we go. There's a lot to like juggle here. I'm going to try to keep momentum. I get carried away with myself, especially in hypey combat, and I go too fast. So stop me if I'm reading something wrong, doing something wrong. You need clarification. To that end, I think we begin. I think the camera opens on the sprawling classic skyline that is New York City, that is Manhattan. Many times battered and bruised, it keeps on coming back. You can't beat down the greatest city in the world, the home of the Avengers. And I think as the camera sweeps over the top of sky rises and towers, the sky blue above us on a lovely autumn day, we trail out north from the city, following the vast Hudson River until we see it, the compound, the A, gleaming, glistening silver in the sunlight on the side of the building, the wall of glass reflecting the sky behind us as the camera cuts down in, where we see the first of our two Avengers assembled already. newer recruits perhaps in the roster, but not to be underestimated. Josh and Kevin, I think that you two are here in this training room. You want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Stepping forward in this training room, there's a pretty decently sized muscular figure. What's unnoticed is his usual long locks have been cut, like my hair today, has been cut short into a much more stylish look that he probably should have done long ago to not look so emo. But what's especially noticeable is the gleaming vibranium arm attached to him and the automatic rifle on his regular arm as Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier, stands in this training room, one of the relative new recruits to the Avengers. Shortly after, some shenanigans happened.
And I think not far away from this character, elsewhere in the training room, is someone who is significantly shorter in height than this man with the metal arm. Currently, you wouldn't be able to tell the height difference, though, considering she is currently lifting off the ground. She is her feet are not touching the ground, with her hands aglow with like a purplish red translucent glow. She's manipulating her fingers around as she is helping herself rise from the ground, and she is Wanda Maximoff, rising up into the training facility right next to Bucky Barnes.
And Bucky looks over at Wanda and is just, with his usual kind of somber expression, just says, not many times I see this, I'm probably never going to get used to you magic people around here.
What do you mean, we magic people?
Looks up and down you flying. Oh, parlor tricks and such.
What are you calling you magic people? Sound very aggressive, Bucky Barnes. Not all magic people are exact same. Some have shifting accents that change every once in a while. Others have more consistent voice.
Is your voice Russian? Because I'm pretty sure I have a lot of experience with Russians, and you seem to be slipping into a strange Eastern European Russian.
Do not judge my voice, Bucky Barnes. I am Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch.
One of the other newer Avengers is in here in the room already, though neither Bucky nor Wanda has made note of them. Mike Bloom, how do you make your appearance?
It's as if magic happened, and this man is a master of magic, at least of the close-up variety. Suddenly appearing in front of Bucky and Wanda is a man decked out in a tight-fitting costume. He takes off his helmet to reveal a charming, smiling, seemingly ageless face. It is the face of Scott Lang, aka Ant-Man. And he appears to be like, oh, cool, we're doing an accents thing? I've been really working on this British one. Top of the morning to ya.
Keep working on it, Scott Lang.
Bucky is like jerked back for a second to raise his gun, but then it's just like, oh, as he lowers it, Jesus, Lang. How many times have I told you? Don't sneak up like that.
Listen, it's kind of my thing, man. I was a thief before this, so you can take the Ant-Man out of the thief, but you can't take the thief out of the Ant-Man. You get what I'm talking about, Metal Arm?
No.
And he sort of like tries to fist bump him partly to see if it makes a clanging sound.
He definitely gives like a little bit vibrating force, like pump into his hand.
And Scott like shakes his hand off to the side to try to he tries to play it off cool, but he's like, oh my god, that hurts so much.
I think that as the three of you are standing here in the training room, we see the like vast array of windows up at the top of like this massive facility where you all live and work and train. And I think that we hear it before we see it. As this gleaming blue and orange spaceship descends past the window, clearly landing in the yard outside. I don't know if the three of you want to go outside to see who that is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What was that?
I don't know, but I'll beat you there. And Scott shrinks down and starts running.
Very fast.
Bucky starts going, but recognizing the ship, does a little bit touch to his metal arm to make sure it's secured in as he heads outside.
Yeah, and I think Wanda will just like break through walls with her like psionic telekinetic abilities, like not even bothering using doors or anything like that. Tony Stark can pay for it. Yeah,
Not
Just
take
said
this
doors
is
only.
faster. This is faster.
Get out of my way, stupid wall.
Somewhere in the background, Vision's like, that's my thing, darling. I'm not sure. And so I think it's like
Not all of us can walk right through wall, Viz.
the three of you make your way out into the yard and descending out of the back of this incredible space cruiser. Sheldon, who is it?
Yeah, you all watch as a very small, furry little creature kind of walks out with a large railgun kind of slung over his shoulder, and he's fixing the crotch of his costume. It's a little too tight. And as he walks out, he just kind of gestures to everyone and says, "Can I park here? You guys don't really have like parking spaces for spaceships or anything. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good."
Seems like a reasonable place as any for a
You're kind of
flying
taking up
spaceship.
3 parking spots.
Yeah, well, it is a Sunday.
could
so I think,
straighten.
I think you're good.
You could straighten Rocket.
Oh, I'm not moving it again. Yeah, that's parked there. It's good.
I think then Wanda would try to levitate the rocket over to the proper spot so that it doesn't take up too much parking real estate if she is able to do such a thing.
Oh yeah, she totally can. She could just grab that thing with telekinesis and lift
Yeah.
it like right up.
Yeah, so that's what she does. Yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think
Magic
Rocket's
people.
freaking out. He's kind of like pulling his hair, like that costs so much money. You don't even know how much money costs in space. Like, oh,
Listen, man, you could have just moved the rocket yourself. Just saying.
Did
Money
you actually pay
spends
for it?
different in space than on Earth.
sometimes, yeah.
And so I think that the scene shifts, fading to black. And we see a strange space around us. The figure kind of floating in it, aware of the danger that lurks. Adam, who do we see?
I think you see levitating with the tall, pretty handsome figure, Doctor Strange with his cape and, of course, the Eye of Agamotto around his neck hanging off, sort of in one of the, however he does one of those guys.
Got it. And I think that's strange as you stand kind of suspended in this astral void. You're peering down almost through a window that you've conjured with one of your ancient arcanum. And you're looking down into what was once the interior of a church, a cathedral, somewhere in Germany, you believe, though you can't be certain of it. And you see inside of it a great array of technological devices, a huge kind of like conductors, conduit cable piled up, and one gleaming metallic figure standing at the center of this vast church, eyes kind of closed. It is Ultron. I think that's strange. You have a moment of pure terror and panic reaching to your throat to grasp your hands around the Eye of Agamotto as you realize it's not just Ultron. There's glimmering, gleaming coming from his chest. 6 colors, one of them green. Clearly,
Oh no!
Oh, awesome.
this Ultron has come from a different reality, for he has embedded across his vibranium chest all 6 of the Infinity Stones. And I think that he peers up, eyes opening, red light flaring through this window at you like, Sorcerer Supreme. And he begins like flying towards it, a hand up, as you slap the window closed and realize.
I can't believe we weren't able to get James Spader for this.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a little bit
But
off
Rich,
the voice. but-
pretty
what's
bad
the
Spader
mouth
voice,
like
huh?
on this version of
It's
Ultron?
pretty embarrassing that we couldn't get
Very
James Spader.
disgusting.
It's like no one was mad at James Spader.
Yeah, it's clearly like not synced correctly with the dub. Yeah, it's a total disaster.
Yeah.
And so I think, Strange, you realize you're going to need some backup. Perhaps Earth's mightiest heroes.
Perhaps. Yeah, and I think like the fade to black shot is opening the portal one more time into the skyline of New York City and Strange walking through.
Mm-hmm. And so you step into the training area, like walking out the door where these other Avengers just came, as the spaceship is like settling into the ground, Wanda lowering it, and you see in front of you, perhaps not the Avengers you expected today, my friend.
but the Avengers you deserved.
Yeah, do you think anyone
These are the ones.
are people disappointed?
These are the ones who are on the clock.
You caught us on a bad day. It's Thursday. It's third shift.
It's we
Should
couldn't
I wait
get
8 hours? Or...
Earth's mightiest heroes. Look at Earth's mighty-ish. Yeah.
I think I think he just kind of like looks at the wall behind him that was torn apart by Wanda, and I think he just kind of like walks over very slowly and is just like, we have to pay for that, right?
Tony Stark pay for whatever Tony Stark want.
He does have a lot of money and connections.
Tony Stark lucky I let go of the whole parents thing. Like that was a problem with the bomb and everything. So he can pay for it all.
When you mentioned the whole parents thing, Bucky just kind of like looks away and like
Bucky knows what I'm talking about.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Strange probably also knows what we are talking about. He sees everything.
speaking
Feels
of
like our group doesn't have
Tony,
great situations with parents.
is he here? Is Tony here?
No, he actually took off for the day. So hey, he left us in charge, but we got someone coming in from space too. So real day full of surprises. Real 10 out of 10 experience right now.
You try to look less disappointed.
No,
Stephen
this
Strange.
is amazing. Well, I have some news. Are you all feeling up for church today? Specifically in Germany?
Ooh, I don't know.
German churches aren't exactly places I like to frequent.
I mean,
these days.
I could try to get my way through the Lord's Prayer. There's lots of like Eitzens and Jeitzes and Scheitzes, I'm assuming.
Boy, if that's the least of our worries today.
I think Wanda looks at Rocket Raccoon. Do you know what church is?
I guess is this a place where we bring guns? I've got guns.
Sometimes in some states, yes.
Wanda just like nods, like he knows what church is.
Well, we remember Ultron. I don't know. Some of you were maybe some of you were there for that. But
Wanda's face goes like paprikash red, like she's just like
Yep. Okay, you remember.
Stupid Ultron killed my brother. Killed everyone. Took everything from me. Stupid Ultron. I will kill him.
Good.
What happened to your accent?
I want my bird. Sorry.
Is this Wanda?
doing a different character. Sorry.
People don't realize that Wanda actually absorbed all the other accents from all the other Marvel villains and is doing it at the same time.
That's her actual superpower. Yeah.
I'm just trying out a couple different voices here to see which one sticks. Maybe that one.
You sound like Thor.
That's pretty good.
Okay, well,
Boy, are we trying our voices again?
We'll go back. I will go back to the voice I was using before.
Ultron's voice seemed a little different too, not for nothing, but imagine Ultron plus the Infinity Stones that we just dealt with. That's what's going on at church today in Germany.
Not
don't
great.
know.
Was hoping that you all
This
would be
seems
excited
bad.
about coming and going to fight and
Yeah, let's go right now. Obviously, we are Avengers. Yes, this is why
Mhm.
we do. We're kind of prevenging, as the joke goes. But
Well.
let us take care of stupid Ultron robot and stones again. Yes, this
Yeah,
is what
I
the
mean,
people came here to
listen,
watch. No,
I'm pretty pumped. I haven't had to go around at Ultron or the Stones. I feel like I'm sort of like on the outside of 3 different inside jokes here. So yeah, bring it on, man. Give me my passport. Actually, last time I went to Europe, it didn't turn out so well, but I think I'm with an okay crew at the moment.
Yeah, the last airport encounter we had in Germany didn't go great.
Oh yeah, we were on the same team. I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
those
kid
were
really
your
tripped
team.
you up.
Listen, if I had a nickel for every time a kid tripped me up, I'm a dad, so I'd be able to pay child support for it.
Is
for
this
ages.
happen often to parents? They get tripped by their children.
Listen, you think someone that knows his way around small
You need to
things
get
would,
your house in order, Scott Lang.
I mean, listen, man, from your mouth to my attorney's ears.
You sue your child, Scott Lang.
oh my god.
Divorce is tough.
All right, Strange. Either way, the situation doesn't sound great. So, in lieu of someone else with this, Avengers, let's get going.
Do the yeah. I think
I
he
think the
does
line
it
is
better,
the,
but
do the thing. Yes.
Oh yeah, I think that's good enough.
okay. And I think you see him open another portal. And
So Doctor Strange with the sling ring, his hand moves, and we see the like kind of scintillating geometric sigil begin like weaving as like this portal tears open in front of you. You all step through.
Absolutely. No hesitation. Yeah.
Gun in arm, ready to go. I assume Rocket next to me with also a gun in arm.
And he's just eyes on your arm though the whole time, just muttering to
Oh
himself.
my
Like, "Oh,
God.
that arm is so good. I love that arm."
And so Bucky Barnes, Rocket Raccoon, Scott Lang, Wanda Maximoff, and Stephen Strange, the 5 of you step through this portal, boots touching the flagstone floor of this vast kind of church rising up in front of you. You see these crazy kind of electrical conduits surging and sparking next to you, wires and cables running across the length of the floor, and Ultron with his back to you is like fidgeting with this kind of piece of equipment up at the top of the room. And I think that you just like hear his voice. He doesn't even turn to look back at you like, well, the Sorcerer Supreme and the Scarlet Witch. That's eventful.
Ultron, I see you still have not stopped moving your stupid little weird mouth.
I'm doing my best. I don't understand why you have to be so judgmental about the mouth, especially with that wandering accent of yours.
Where do you mean wandering? It's just perfectly fine and consistent.
I'm very confused. And I think he like turns looking over you like, is this really the best you can do?
I'm thoroughly
listen.
confused as well as why we're just talking and not
No.
just starting this, as Bucky's gonna raise his gun because
Yeah, as Bucky as Bucky raises his gun, Ultron tilts his head looking back at you and he's like, come now, Barnes. This is the part where we have banter before I destroy you. I'm really
never was
I'm
one
ashamed.
for banter.
I'm ashamed that the lot of you brought this one. His mind's as malleable as a pipe cleaner.
Hey,
All right.
listen, he's got metal though. He might be some fuzz on the outside, but there's metal there. Look, Ultron, really excited to talk to you, by the way. Not
Scott
can't
Lang,
say
do
I'm
not step too close, Scott Lang.
not stepping too close. I'll talk. I can project my voice, okay? Mrs. Dearest's third grade play. I played the mailman. Fantastic reviews. Look, what exactly are you doing here in Germany? What's your little electrical project going on here? I've done some housework from time to time, so I'd love to hear about it.
I think he looks down at his chest, these 6 infinity stones gleaming, this kind of rainbow of color, and then he looks back at you, Scott Lang, and he's just like, I've become nearly omnipotent. but I still don't know who you are.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, you can be uppity, but you don't need to be insulting, okay? Scott Lang kind of helped save the universe, right? If a rat didn't step on an impounded van trigger, we would not be here right now, okay? So, like, just putting that out there at the moment. And look, you know what? I may not be a name you remember now, but you'll certainly remember it after I kicked your sweet metal patootie all the way back to wherever you came from.
I think
Very
he
bad there, Scott Lang. Sweet metal patootie. Very good.
glances around a little bit, and he's like, "Did you bring the rat then, or?"
No, I did not bring the rat. No.
All right, no,
I think you see Strange look at Raccoon, just like,
He is raccoon.
I can tell this is an insult. I'm not into it.
I think Bucky is eyeing Rocket and like trying to indicate like on a signal if you're with me, because both
I
of
think,
us are.
yeah, Ultron looks back at Bucky and he's like, "This was a really quick journey, but I officially agree with Barnes. I'm over banter." And I think we'll roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Oh my god. So nervous. to
Oh,
do
look at this
these
map.
things.
Yes.
Right?
oh no.
All right, come on up. Ant-Man.
Ooh, a very bad initiative for Doctor Strange.
Oh boy. He has to wait. He
dear.
has to wait for the one outcome in which he goes last.
Oh my god. A rough initiative roll for Strange.
Yeah, that tracks.
Ooh, pretty good for Ultron. Oh man.
Pretty good for Ultron.
All right.
All
Ant-Man and Bucky, end this fight in one set, please.
Who am I
Let's
We'll
get that
do our
done.
best.
Okay.
Oh, how far away is he?
Wanda, Strange, Ant-Man, Bucky. I need Rocket.
Do we have Rocket? Yeah,
Oh,
16
no, we did.
from
My
Rocket.
bad.
I
Yep.
rolled, but
Mhm.
didn't. There it is.
Yeah.
No, you got it. You got it. Okay, with that, Ant-Man, you may act first against this very rude robot.
Okay, I'm just looking at what my movement speed is.
Oh yeah. So cunning action, dash, disengage as a bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe when you're enlarged, your speed increases.
Okay. So in that case, Scott's gonna say, I'm gonna be a big name in more than just notoriety, and I'm going to size shift to giant.
Yes.
And with that, Scott Lang becomes not just large, but huge. You're like towering up. You have to like crouch a little bit as your like back smashes into the chandeliers, fall, wax is like spluttering all
Oh god,
over the floor.
oh god. All right. Well, Tony will take care of this as well. This poor church. And so Scott is going to, while still scraping his back and stooped over this poor church ceiling, he's going to make his way over to Ultron.
Mhm.
And I am going to use Giant Stomp. I'm going to say, let's crush a can here.
Do it to it.
All right. So a strength save of 17 for Ultron.
You have to still make an attack roll. Like
Oh,
you're
okay,
gonna
gotcha.
stomp on him, right? So go ahead and just click it. It'll make an attack.
Oh, I did
12.
the first
you
one I
did.
think was a 14. Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot.
Yeah.
And can can I use a reaction as this is happening?
Yeah, probably.
So Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, wishes Scott Lang good luck trying to take on Ultron as first Avenger to go up against Ultron. Feels like very bad idea. You shall need some luck. And she will use her reaction to bend luck for Scott Lang, which is I'm using my reaction and spending 2 sorcery points to roll a 1d4, and that number will be added to Scott Lang's attack roll.
Amazing.
Nice.
I'll put that in the chat as well so people can see that. And I'll roll the dice. And that is
that's a 4, so it brings it up to 18.
18, unfortunately, is still going to
Oh.
miss
Wow.
Ultron as you're like, boom, and you stomp the ground. That's your bonus action to shift. That's your action to attack. You only have 1 attack around. Your movement, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn. I
Okay.
attempt to try to crush Ultron like a little bug, but it turns out this is a formidable bug.
Ultron like turns, twisting his face at you as you like do this thing, and he's just like, why would you ever do that? And I think that we see the Mind Stone on his chest flare as he's going to like make a reaction while you have missed him, and he's casting Modify Memory. I need for you to roll a Wisdom saving throw. You do not have advantage on this Wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. An 11.
You fail, and so suddenly everything around you goes very, very foggy, and you hear Ultron's voice in your mind, just like, I don't know what you're doing here today. Don't you have to go pick up your daughter after school? You probably should leave here as quickly as possible. I mean, you left her in the car with the windows rolled up to come in and make that small donation, and now you're in over your head. There's really no need for any of this. And I think he like twists your memory such that as he like finishes speaking, you don't even remember like most of like the last like couple of minutes of like coming in here or Ultron. You're in this like weird fugue state. Ant-Man, that was your turn.
Oh
Bucky,
God, Cassie!
You're up on 19. You are like, oh no, Cassie's in the car. I left her in the car. I got to get out of here.
Oh my God.
Bucky.
Yeah, seeing Scott is a bit out of it, Bucky will move first to get into ideally a good position. Let's see. I think that's 40 of my set right now. And Bucky's gonna raise up his assault rifle, take aim, and just start firing like crazy. So I will do that first. I could just click it and it'll go, right?
Yeah, you sure can. You have 3 attacks around us, Bucky.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. All right, so first shot. It's a 19.
Unfortunately, is a
Of
miss.
course.
There's
Yeah,
just like
No!
We should be realizing this.
We're in trouble.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We haven't been on for a half hour.
I wonder how dexterous Lang is, because Bucky might do something crazy in a second. But all right, he's gonna try to shoot one more time with the assault rifle. Okay, well,
Nope.
50 definitely does it.
Brutal. Yeah.
And for the hell of it, Bucky can choose to empty his entire clip, which forces everyone in a 60-foot range to have to do a DC 17 of dexterity or take the damage. So, sorry,
shoot
Scott. He's in the way.
He's huge, though. Scott's huge. He's gigantic.
Yes.
He'll be all right. He'll be okay. He'll be all right. He's huge. He's
Bucky
huge.
getting shot with a bunch
empties
of
the
BBs.
clip. Bucky just
Listen.
empties the clip. The church like filling with the echoing sound of automatic fire, and Scott, like bullets start raining into you. Go ahead and just click the damage, and I'll have Ultron make a saving throw here.
Yeah, Ultron has to do it as well, right? Yeah.
All right. Nope, that's a 7.
14.
Cool.
Yeah, they both take full damage. You could just click the damage
Sweet.
on the assault rifle. It's the same damage, I believe, Kevin, on any of
wait.
your attacks that you just made.
I'm trying to look where the damage button is.
Oh, so in the chat, like click over the 15s, the rolls you just made.
Got
right?
it. Okay, cool.
It's a little tricky there, yeah. Yeah, you guys are like, what the fuck? As like bullets start like raining down on everybody. That's 14 points of piercing damage to you, Scott Lang. Ultron
Ow!
fails his
Okay,
save.
I get it. I didn't pick up my daughter.
Ultron
This is why
fails.
she's always tripping you.
Yeah. He fails to save. Bucky, that was your action. You still have the rest of your movement and a bonus action.
That's true. He drops the assault rifles to the ground and goes the last 15 feet of movement to get closer. 15. So he's making his way closer to Ultron as best as he can. And no bonus action.
Okay, got it. At the end of your turn, Ultron will use one of his legendary actions.
Oh no.
And
Oh no.
Yeah, I think he turns and he proceeds to like look at you, Bucky Barnes, and is like, they really shouldn't have brought you here. Your mind, it's just so easy. I can see the synapses firing. It's really sad. Why don't you do me a favor? Kill them. And he's casting Dominate Person. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, wisdom, my favorite.
No.
Am I doing this right? I just click under saving throws, right?
Yeah. Or like if you don't have a wisdom save mark there, just click your actual wisdom.
I do have wisdom mark there. Okay. Bucky is also going to use Indomitable, so I can re-roll a saving throw that I fail. So I'm going to try that one more time and hopefully get something better than a 5. 16 is better.
A 16 is better. Ultron's spell save DC, unfortunately, is higher than 16. And as such,
hey, Rich.
Yeah.
I think I would like to use a reaction at this
We
particular point.
Do it.
And I think you see the eye open as I'm going to use the convergent future, where I'm going to look into the future, see those possibilities. And in this particular instance, Bucky is going to roll 1 higher than what he needed to. And succeed on the saving throw.
Okay.
Incredible.
Take back everything I said about magic.
Oh,
people.
that isn't so fun. That's so
It's
much
really
fun.
good that you guys brought one Infinity Stone with you. Doctor Strange, there are one of your reactions. That is the end of Bucky Barnes' turn. Ultron's legendary action. Ultron goes. And I think that he just like,
was next.
yeah, I think he just looks over the lot of you and is like, you're really going to make me work for this, aren't you? At which point he casts Time Stop. So everything freezes except for Ultron's time. He has 2 rounds during which he can act and move as normally. He is going to cast a couple spells on himself. Got it? That one and that one. That's Ultron's action. Here is his movement. I think he's just going to come around over here up onto the stairs. He's like flying. And like all of a sudden, everything snaps back. Ultron's in a completely different place. He's standing up here over Bucky. He has cast a couple spells on himself. Rocket, you're up.
All right. Rocket is going to move kind of to that little area across from Bucky so he can kind of shoot up at Ultron up on that railing. See, he's going to stand here and pull out his ion cannon and point it at Ultron. And he yells at him, "I killed a planet. You're nothing, robot." And then
I thought the big guy said he didn't bring the rat. 18 brutal is a miss, you guys.
Wow.
The ion cannon like blasts rubble raining down on him. That's your first attack, Rocket.
yeah,
Second attack.
he's going to pull that trigger again. He's figured it out now. He's going to get him.
You could do this. You could do this.
No, he's
Oh
not.
my God. I broke the dice. Ion cannon like blasting the wall apart above Ultron. Yeah, Ultron is going to is that your action? You still have movement and your bonus action, Rocket?
I think that's going to be it. Yeah, he's going to stay where he is. I think he's staying keeping some distance between him and Ultron.
Yep. Okay. At which point he's just like shaking his head like big mistake. And he's going to use another legendary action at the end of your round to cast. God, there's just too many things. Oh yeah, I know this is a good one. He's just like puts a hand out, and I think we see the power stone like flare in his chest as this cone of like horrific cold washes out over the lot of you. I need Bucky and hold on a second here. Ooh, brutal. Let me double check my range. 60 feet. I think just Bucky and Rocket are going to have to make saving throws.
And
What
also,
type?
when that happens, Rocket kind of pops a little button on his chest, and a little bubble shield deploys at the site of this attack coming at him.
Excellent. Actually, you know what, Rocket? You're safe. He's going to go for all three of you guys. He's going
Ah!
for Wanda and Strange
no.
and Bucky. I need Wanda,
So-
Strange, and Bucky ultimate deck saves.
Telling
Con
me this
save.
is that he's within 60
con
feet
save.
of me.
Yeah.
Okay, then I would like
Ugh!
to counterspell with
Ooh!
my
Oh, sure.
other reaction.
Very nice.
Doctor Strange, 2 reactions. The Eye of Agamotto flares as the cone of cold like comes out. You're not actually counterspelling magic, right? You just like wave your hand and we see the mandala like appear, like cold, just twisting back from Bucky, freezing the wall behind him. Strange, you're doing work at that last spot in initiative.
Oh my
That
God.
was Rocket's turn. Wanda, you're up.
Enough of these stupid games with
What
stupid
does the
medical
cone of cold
Ultron.
do? Sorry.
Nothing because Doctor Strange stopped it.
Oh, counterspell. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Wanda's done enough. Wanda is going to start like levitating up. She's like still really feeling herself from nearly having like ripped Thanos in half. And also, let's not talk about what happened in Westview, but like maybe canonically some bad things.
Yeah, it was Agatha all along. Don't worry.
With one hand, she is going to just like shoot out a blast of like that Scarlet Witch red Eldritch Blast energy.
Okay, cool.
So we are going to go with one of those here right out the gate.
You can roll 3. You make 3 separate attack rolls as you fire 3 blasts.
Oh, great. That's great.
Horrific rolls.
How are these dice so bad?
As-
Yes, this is brutal.
I can quicken spell, right?
Yeah, sure. You
so I
burn a
can-
couple of sorcery points.
So I'm gonna burn a couple of sorcery points, and she's just like gonna like take in like a deep breath, kind of ground herself a little bit more, and with her other hand, just like let it out. The same exact thing. She is going to do another volley of these psionic eldritch blasts.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
At Ultron. We'll just double it up. All right, those last
25
There we
hits.
go.
Only
Yeah.
the 25.
25
Ultron!
hits.
Oh my god.
We hit him with something.
So Ultron has to pass a DC 15 or else be pushed back 10 feet.
It should be a strength save. I know I don't have it written there.
It is a strength save.
He's not pushed back, though. He
God.
does take 6 points of
course,
force
Of
damage.
course.
All right.
Jesus.
Guys, we're doing great.
Yeah, this is going very
and
well.
and Wanda is then going to, under her breath, to Doctor Strange, who she's right next to, as she like flies away from him, and is going to try and go as far away across the church towards Scott as possible, maybe to help in a future round.
Sure, before you're even allowed to move, Ultron's going to use his reaction, the Soul Stone flaring, and I need you, Wanda, to make a charisma saving throw, as he's just like, "Oh, I don't want to have to deal with you at all," and he like moves his hand, the light flares, he's trying to banish you to the Soul Realm.
All right.
I told these
A
guys I'm coming
22?
in hard. Ooh, 22 would succeed. That would succeed. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, like,
Hell
well,
yeah.
it does.
Yeah, wood.
Another
What is
was an
wood?
if there.
Yeah, is
Another
there
was
a
All right. It
shooting
succeeds. It succeeds.
Okay,
Well, yeah. Okay.
22 would succeed is a statement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wanda looks through the fourth wall directly at DMFilly and says, "Words matter, Richard."
They sure
Uh,
do.
She is going to, at that, fly across the room and be like right next to Rocket. And I think I've done all of my things. I think that's my stuff.
Yeah, right on.
cool.
That's the end of your turn, which means I can use my third and final legendary action, in which he's just going to be like, enough of this. And yeah, he casts Earthquake, which I'm pretty sure is going to get the whole room. Point you can see within
500 feet?
range,
Yes,
a
he's right.
100-foot radius circle. The whole church begins like vibrating, stones pounding down all around you.
Oh God, I
And-
think I had a dream like this.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Every creature on the ground must make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm
Oh, boy.
flying, right? So I'm good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
I got an
floating.
8. Scott Lang is getting bodied right now.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I said it, Rich. Am I
There we
flying?
go.
You tell me.
You didn't say it, so I'm going to be a jerk
Yep,
and say you're
make
not.
me
Is
roll
that
it.
okay? Yeah.
That's fine.
16 succeeds, correct?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the DC.
Yeah,
Sweet.
it looks like that is the DC. I'm double checking myself. Is that the DC? Is that the DC?
Yeah,
what
it's a
is-
spell save
It says
DC 16.
Yeah, DC 16. I just didn't remember it was beat or match, and I think match does work. So
Sure. Yeah, we'll keep it. Let's hang with that. 19 points of damage to everybody who failed. For Bucky and Rocket, you guys take only 9 points of damage, and Strange and Ant-Man are knocked prone. Both of you fall over.
Oh no! And so, what is giant Scott Lang falling look like?
Oh, my
You're
God.
also
I mean-
buried in the rubble from the building. As like Scott, you're having much less of a problem, but like all you know is you're freaking out that Cassie's outside in the car. Now the whole church is falling down. I think you smash into a wall. There's like light from the outside, like streaming down in. Actually, it's later on. We're in Europe and the time zone's later. I've learned this. So yeah, it's probably evening out. And yeah, that was his legendary action at the end of Wanda's turn.
Does
Doctor
anyone have
Strange.
anyone have any orange slices?
Doctor Strange, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna use half my movement to get back up. And then
Mhm.
I'm gonna start flying. Use the freaking cape that I have.
Yeah, the cape is just like you lift up off the ground. Yep.
Okay, so I think what happens here is gonna like fly back just a touch to be hypothetically outside of the 60-foot range that you would need to be within to cast counterspell. And
Mhm.
with the cone of cold that came through previously, I think he's gonna just open up another portal, and down from the sky, he is going to cast Ice Storm at the highest level he can, which is 8th level.
Yeah, sick.
Goddamn.
Go for it. Okay, so he's gonna make a dexterity saving throw.
And I can put that in there too.
Mhm.
Oh,
Sweat
Yeah, okay. So what
That's
happens here? It
tough.
takes half that damage.
Yeah, he does.
34, 43. That's 21 points of damage. That's good. That's as much damage as you had on him already. Now he's at 41 points of damage instead of just 20. As ice starts falling, unfortunately, I think that your boy Bucky Barnes also needs to make this saving throw.
Yes, there's no way that I can put it behind.
I don't
wow,
think
we really
so,
love
because
attacking each other, don't we?
Yeah, I think we're in a building, and like even if we just like
No,
I
it's,
think
yeah. He just came up from the rubble. He's pissed off flying. I think it probably hits him.
yeah, Ant-Man's
Yeah.
safe, but yeah, Bucky, I'm gonna need a con saving throw from you. Dex,
least
I'm
that's-
sorry, Dex.
Oh, damn it. I'm going to say, at least that's my best. No, almost my best one. Dex, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey!
21. That's awesome.
Nice.
Cold
did it.
means nothing to me.
You only take 21 points of damage, Bucky.
Oh. Cool.
It felt like not a lot when Ultron got it. At this point, that's your action, Doctor Strange. You've cast Ice Storm against him. Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
no,
Just
okay. You
always
can keep going.
Just
Yeah.
always
No,
protect.
please, by all means.
Yeah,
Rich.
just
No, no, no.
say it.
You
Just
can
do
keep
it.
going. He's
Just-
not using a reaction now. He's waiting. Yep, he's waiting.
waiting for me to get within range because I'm
Mhm.
going to. Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna move up here. I should-
Okay, the second you
Yeah.
begin moving,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
uses
Yeah,
his reaction.
Yeah,
The instant that you start moving, he uses his reaction and shakes his head. And I think he glances back at Scott rolling around at his important piece of machinery, and suddenly, like, everything around you warps as you guys see the reality stone flare in his chest, and the whole like place around you changes. You're in a different church. You're definitely not in Germany anymore. You hear
Whoa.
birds chirping outside. Yep, that was his reaction. You may finish your movement and your bonus action, Adam.
Did anyone else see this? I'm
Jesus
very confused.
Christ.
Is this
Okay.
something churches do?
Did that earthquake take us to Oz?
I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna move one more there and end it. Regaining my reactions. Call it a turn.
Ant-Man, you are up. There's rubble all over you. You're very confused. There's clearly a deadly battle being fought in this room, but you are convinced you left the kid outside. I don't know what you want to do. Yeah.
All right, let me. Oh God.
And there's like rubble all over you from the other church. You're like, it's really easy for you to get off.
Yeah,
there.
so I'll obviously use half my movement speed to get up.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna be like, gotta get outside. Okay, but there's a robot over there. I feel like robots are evil. I think I should get that robot. So Scott is going to. I see is Ultron standing next to a column right there.
Mhm. Yeah, he's flying up in the air next to that column. Yep.
Scott is going to rip that column off the wall.
Yeah.
And turn it
Hell
into
yes.
an improvised giant weapon.
Yes.
He is going to swing the column at Ultron.
Okay, got
Love it.
20.
A 20 does not hit.
Of course.
No.
It shatters like over his back. You like smash down on him, rubble raining around Bucky beneath you, and he just like the dust clears and he's staring at you like, I gave you an out. You could have just left. But now, well, I'm going to find a use for all of that disgusting meat. Yeah, that's your action. What else you got there, Ant-Man?
Well, I'm not. Am I next to him technically if I swung at him? Because I was going to say, ordinarily I think Scott Lang would then run away. But I don't know if that provokes an opportunity attack.
Yeah, no, you can run away. Sure, yeah.
Yeah, because I only did a little bit of movement. So I think Scott. I mean, listen, Scott
The
is
visual on that is amazing.
So Scott, Giant Man, is going to now start making his way to the door of this new church because he is under the belief that still somehow, despite changing locations, his daughter is out there in his little station wagon with Kids Bop playing on the radio that he needs to get to her.
Yeah, okay, cool. So at this point, as you start like racing away from him, Scott Lang, he just kind of like growls like, I've had enough of this. And he's going to use his legendary action at the end of the turn to cast another spell. He casts Abby Daslam's Hard Wilting, which is not very relevant in the context. I need pretty much, hang on one second, 30-foot cube.
Oh boy.
Yeah, awesome. Look at this cluster of cool people.
No!
Ant-Man, Rocket, Wanda. I need all three of you to make Constitution saving throws.
This is
The
bad.
DC should be higher than this. Hey, Wanda!
Okay. 20.
Okay, so Rocket and Ant-Man fail. You guys take 46 points of damage
Jesus
as you
Christ.
feel all the water in your body just being like drawn out. The reality stone or the power stone like flaring on Ultron's chest as he kind of laughs. Wanda, you only suffer 23 points of damage.
Just 23. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm feeling very parched. Does anyone have a Capri Sun?
What's a Capri Sun?
that was Ant-Man's turn. Bucky Barnes, you're up.
Okay. Now that Bucky is more or less close range, he's going to forego shooting and finally start using some of his normal melee attacks.
Mhm.
I think the first thing he'll do is use his martial arts attack to swing at Ultron. And let's hope this plus 26.
26 hits.
Yeah.
Oh
Hell
my
yes.
God.
Contact.
14.
Bang! Yeah, the vibranium arm. Or no, you just like jump up and punch Ultron. 14 points of damage. Got it.
And then he'll swing around. He'll grab his combat knife, pull that out, take a swing with that for
Yeah.
24.
Hits.
Yeah.
Ah, amazing.
24. Let's keep 13.
Let's
And
go.
Got
then-
it.
Yes.
For his final attack, he's going to do his vibranium left hook. So swing with his vibranium arm. 18 does not hit, I know, but he's going to also take an action surge to do another swing.
Oh my god.
You got it. Before you can
Vibranium
do
left
that, Ultron
no.
uses his reaction as you miss the attack with the vibranium arm. The Power Stone flares, and he reaches out to touch you. Oops, 1 second. Gosh, it's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. Okay, so he proceeds to like reach out and touch you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Bucky.
Thank God. 23.
Oh, look at this.
That's
Kevin with the
really
roll.
good.
Okay. Does that succeed?
It does succeed. It does
Okay.
succeed. So you only suffer
Oh,
22 points of necrotic damage
God.
as he casts harm on you as a reaction. You may continue your action surge.
okay, but now you're making me use my calculator.
I
How's
Is it
Bucky
22?
looking?
I mean, he's standing.
He's been through
He's
worse.
fine. He's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Can't probably do a lot more of those, but I'm doing all right. But I will take action surge to take my second attack, swing again with my vibranium left hook for a 32 and a natural 20.
Wow.
Hit.
Bucky Barnes, man.
Yeah, Bucky does not like being attacked with necrotic damage. He's already an old man. He doesn't need to feel his age.
Yeah.
So the vibranium left hook connects. Does it automatically will do the
It'll
crit?
do the double damage. Yep.
So
Yeah,
that'll
26
be
points.
26
of
points of
damage.
damage. And then yeah, as a yeah, all right, as a bonus action, Bucky's gonna use his second win and do a little bit of healing to get back.
You have 2 more attacks, my friend. When you action surge, you get a full second action. So you have 2 more attacks.
Oh, sweet. Also,
Lay
that
it
roll was
down.
terrible. I had okay.
That's
but
still
9.
24 hit points. That should be plus 15 isn't added in. So you
Oh,
get
sweet.
24 hit points back, and then you can continue your
Awesome.
next 2 attacks.
Okay, great. 1 second. Okay, great. Yeah. Seeing success with his vibranium left hook. Actually, he'll do the combat knife one more time.
Mhm.
Nope. That is
Ooh.
that is a natural one. And then one more 21, which I'm sure doesn't hit.
His AC is 22, just to get
Of
everybody
course.
on the same
Oh,
page.
we've been so close.
Okay, I think finally, at long last, that will be the end of Bucky Barnes's turn.
Excellent. As that's the end of Bucky Barnes' turn, we come back around to Ultron's turn, and he just looks down at you, Bucky, and he's like, I'm really surprised. I thought you'd be much weaker. Let's try this again. And this time he's going to cast Dominate Monster on you, so I just need another Wisdom saving throw. He's
On
like,
me?
really? Kill them. Yeah.
Ultron doesn't realize he just needs to say like 5 different Russian words, and he's basically.
Can
getting
I
it all
know.
done.
He
All
needs
you
to
have to
get
do.
put him
such
in
a
Could I ask a
jerk.
Baron
question?
Zemo in a room.
Yeah.
Is this a psychic attack?
It's not psychic damage because I did make Bucky vulnerable
cool,
to
cool,
psychic damage.
All right, so wisdom saving throw.
Mhm.
And I'm going to use that Indomitable once more, so hope for something better than that.
I think you only have 1 per day. Does it say that you
Oh.
have 2 per day?
No.
Otherwise, you only have 1. You can only do it once.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay, so then never mind. I got a 5.
Rich, I think it's time to do the thing again,
Yeah, great.
where instead of that happening, he's gonna roll 1 higher than what he needs to succeed on that.
Good. Get that
My
thing
God.
out of my life. Yeah. That was the beginning of Ultron's series of things that he will do this round, as he now proceeds to like wheel around and is like, no, I've had enough from you. And yeah, he's going to look at you, Doctor Strange, and proceed to cast Maze, which means he banishes you to a labyrinth demiplane. You remain there until the duration, or until you can use your action to escape using a DC 20 intelligence check. You have a pretty good intelligence, but there's no saving throw. So Doctor Strange vanishes. He's off the board.
I'm so sorry, Rich.
Yeah,
Can I counterspell that with my second reaction?
you could try.
I would like to try.
Okay,
I don't think I have any more 8th level spell slots left.
no problem. What are
But
you going
I
to use?
I guess any level spell slot is the same thing as the 7th level spell slot, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So I need to make a. Let's see here.
No, you don't. He will use one of his actual normal reaction, which he has not used yet, to counterspell your counterspell.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I triple dog dare you.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, okay.
incredible.
I
Yeah.
didn't want to be like a total. Yeah, we just had to play that out to its
Yeah.
conclusion. Strange vanishes. That was Ultron's 1-2. That was his action. That was actually his bonus action. And then he proceeds to like look down at you, Bucky, and it's just like, I guess we'll do it the old-fashioned way. And he comes like flying down and just has to like punch you right in the head. 14 critical one. You roll easily out of the way as he's like smashing into the ground. That's Ultron's turn. Rocket, you're up on 16.
Yeah, I think Rocket is going to run right up to Scott Lang and then kind of climb up his little boot and kind of get a good...
What is that?
He's like, it's okay, puppy. It's going to be fine. And he gets a good little spot on the boot. And then he's going to try to shoot with his ion cannon again.
Go for it.
And then also I realized I wasn't paying attention enough earlier. So I want to use precision attack to expend a superiority die on this. How do I go
you just
about?
roll, make the attack roll. If you miss, you get to add the superiority die and see if that hits.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, you have a lot of stuff. 21 is a miss.
21.
Superiority die.
All right.
You don't even have to roll it. It hits. Yep, you hit.
Okay, great.
So ion cannon for the damage.
Awesome.
Rocket like firing this ion cannon for 22 points of lightning damage. He just used his real reaction, so he can't absorb that. Got it. That's your first attack, Rocket. Second attack.
And can I also use my maneuvering attack, since when you hit a creature, I can expend a superiority dice. I want to try to get Bucky out of there a little bit, get him kind of,
Yeah.
I think before we had kind of made that connection of like two soldiers on the field. And so I think Rocket just kind of like makes a symbol of like, this is your time to get out of here.
Yeah, dump it in the chat, the maneuvering attack. But yeah, you can go for it. That's the second superiority die. When you hit a creature, you expend a superiority die. You add it to the damage roll, and you choose a friendly creature you could see or hear you. Bucky, do you want to use your reaction to move up to half your speed? Am I still here?
Yeah.
Yep.
I hear you.
Say that again?
Bucky can
sorry.
use his reaction to move up. It's a lot's happening. You can use your reaction to move up to half your speed away from Ultron if you want.
That might put me in a bad position, but yeah, sure. I'll move away so I'm not near him in case he does anything.
Got it. Sheldon, you can roll another superiority die to add to the damage of that attack, and then you have a second attack.
How much can I move away, by the way? Sorry.
Half your movement.
Okay, cool.
All right. So yeah, it added.
I'll also camp out there, Ant-Man.
As everyone's just like standing under Ant-Man.
Yeah. Hide behind him.
And then I think for his second attack, Rocket is going to pull out a handful of his little mini bombs and toss some little explosives right at Ultron.
Got it. Go for it.
All right, so he has to have an 18 dex save.
Yep. Sick. You proceed to like throw one of these grenades that explodes off the wall. Like rubble falling down around Ultron as he goes to make his dex save and fail. Critical one.
Yes!
Taking 20
Nice
points of
turn on
fire
Ultron.
damage.
Yes.
Take him out.
Finally,
That is
things
the
are
most
turning around.
dangerous one. Rocket, that was both your actions. You have bonus move action or anything like that?
No, I think he's gonna stay right where he is, just camped out, like on attached to Giant Man Ant-Man. And then because of one of his little feats, if he ends in an ally space, basically Ant-Man can just carry me around with no no consequence.
Amazing.
You got it. He's going to use his reaction on taking damage from the explosion. We see the space stone flare, and he just proceeds to like reposition right here, flying next to Scott in midair. That's his reaction on your turn for the space stone. Wanda, you're up.
I think we have two people flying. I think Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, is going to be flying until she's like kind of like positioned over like this pew over here. And speaking of pew, 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 she is going to cast Sunbeam on Ultron. Is going to blast out of her at this mechanical menace.
You got it. He will make a Constitution saving throw.
DC 15. Oh.
19 made it. So I think he takes half damage of radiant damage, right? 12 points of radiant damage. Just like this beam is like searing down on him.
Yes. And then I will use Quicken Spell and spend 2 sorcery points to blast off an additional series of Eldritch Blasts. So that's 3 of those, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Miss, hit, miss.
Right,
so the middle one hits.
Man.
He's going to make a strength save.
Okay. Got to make it 15. Yeah,
got it. He takes 13 points of force damage, though, as you blast him with this Eldritch Blast after the sunbeams. These like the chaos magic coming in strong from Wanda. Wanda, that's your movement. That's your action. Bonus action. Is that it?
Bonus action is just going to be looking. Where did Doctor Strange go? Where is Stephen?
Yep, Steven's gone. Once again, he will use his reaction to try to banish you, Wanda. I'm gonna have you.
Do I? If I've got a shield reaction, that's not gonna do anything here, is it?
Nope, won't help.
Good.
That's only for attacks coming against you. So what I need from you is a charisma saving throw.
So good. Okay, let's do
How
it.
charismatic is Wanda Maximoff?
She's pretty charismatic, Kevin.
Okay, nice.
22, Wanda not banished. Okay, that
You
was
try to banish me, send me to where I keep my accent. You cannot do such a thing.
where I keep my accent. Okay, sick. That was his reaction utilizing the Soul Stone. At the end of your turn, he proceeds to use a legendary action, and he's just like, enough of this. And yeah, he casts Destructive Wave. I need for everybody within 30-foot radius of him. So that's going to be, yep. That's everyone.
Yeah.
And that DC, 16's fine, I guess. I should have done
This is a Constitution?
Constitution?
Correct, Amundo.
Oh, man. Constantly picking Scott Lang's lowest stat.
Just making it. Yeah.
My second best. Come on.
That's 42 points of damage for Scott and Rocket, 21 for Wanda.
Am I able to use Uncanny Dodge as a reaction here, or is this technically an attack against him?
Oh, no, it's not. I didn't make an attack roll. Do you have evasion? I don't think you do have evasion.
I don't think I do, no.
Okay, nope.
So what is that for 42 points?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Scott is down to 17 hit points.
Oh, good.
Okay, I thought you were about to.
Wow.
That was all on Wanda's turn. Dr. Strange, you are in
Hey, Stephen, where are you?
extra dimensional maze. The mandalas turned against you as Ultron seems to have constructed this place. The floor, the ceiling, the walls, all these spinning golden mandalas. The same kind of magic that you use turned against you. You can try to escape with an intelligence check.
Yeah, that would make sense. 20, is that good enough?
Yes, DC 20. Just
Heck
flat
yeah.
int.
Jesus. Okay.
Thank God.
Okay, Strange is back.
Yeah, well, that was quick.
Okay.
I found him. I found Strange.
Dear Lord. Okay,
was your
that's
action.
my action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think as my bonus action, you see him undo the button of the cape as it flies directly over towards Ultron and will attempt to grab him. Oh, come on. a 20 is going to miss. But the cape is still being annoying over there.
The
Yeah, it
cape's like
is.
flapping itself around
Doing
Ultron. He's just like, I can't believe you're attacking me with vermin and outerwear. Doctor Strange, that was your action. That was your bonus action. You have movement. You want to move?
No, not
Okay.
really.
Okay. Ant-Man, you're up.
Oh boy. Well, Ant-Man is a little worse for wear at the moment. He's just like, I don't understand. Why is there a raccoon on me? Oh God, am I drunk? Did I get drunk? Scott, you gotta stop getting drunk. Absinthe is delicious. Stop getting drunk. And Scott's gonna do an old-fashioned ant punch on Ultron. Nope, an
Okay.
11 does not hit.
Whoa.
So then I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage.
Mhm.
Scott, no.
And Scott is going
Scott, no.
Scott's out, dude.
and Scott, with Rocket on his shoulder, is going to, let's see. I think he's actually, yeah, so I can, talk to me about, I know the shrinking usually happens at the beginning of the turn. Rich, are we able to fudge a little and I can use my bonus action instead to shrink down?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so I'm going to use my bonus action to shrink down to tiny size.
Yes.
What did I say? Yeah, tiny or huge. You could shift back as a free action starting in your next turn. Yeah, it's fine. No, it just means like you can't go big and then get small again in the same round. You've been big.
Yeah.
You can shift. It's a free action. You're good. So you shrink to tiny, Scott.
I shrink down to tiny Scott, and
What happens
tiny
to Rocket?
Yeah,
Rocket falls.
Well, no,
Rocket-
but I thought his thing was that he just sort of like he can hang out. So it's not like he
Oh yeah, I think there's a really weird dynamic where suddenly Rocket's no longer on Scott. Scott's on Rocket.
Yeah, he's like, oh, look at this now. Oh, you gotta get
What
this
is
thing
this?
cleaned.
Yep. And so Scott like shrinks to tiny Scott, just like that.
Incredible.
Yep. Sick. Is that your turn, Mike?
That's my turn.
Okay.
Actually, in that case, then he's gonna like hide himself behind.
Oh yeah.
Canonically inside Rocket's fur.
Yeah, no problem. Bucky, you're up.
Bucky is going to position himself over here.
Actually-
on Ultron.
I'm sorry, one thing I just forgot. At the end of his turn, at the end of whatchamacallit, Mike's turn. No, wait. As soon as Scott started to move, Ultron, the reality stone flares
Of
and
course.
you guys are suddenly like standing in the middle of a street somewhere in like what seems like Southeast Asia. There's people all over the place on bicycles. There's a guy like holding a cage with like a chicken in it, like people start like
Damn.
screaming all over the place.
Are we in
now you can go.
Madripoor?
Sorry, bud.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Bucky's pretty convinced he's in Madripoor again, and
It might well
wondering.
be. Yeah.
Scott, stop
Yeah.
drinking, okay?
So Bucky will reposition himself there next to Ultron. He'll shake his head. He's not too mad at Scott because he knows Scott is not a tactical person, and Scott giving up the flanking advantage that he had, but he understands that this is not Scott's forte. But he will
Scott
start.
is also down to 17 hit points, so
That's fair.
Very fair point.
Yeah, he will use his trio of attacks, starting with martial arts. 23 does hit.
Mhm.
12 points of damage. He'll take a swing with his combat knife. 15 doesn't hit, but then he will use his vibranium left hook. For
31 hits.
Big time.
Gotta love that left hook for 20 bludgeoning damage. And yeah, because sorry, so action surge is only once per day, right? As well.
Once. Yep.
Cool. Okay, then,
use your action surge. Yep.
Yeah, after taking his swings as much as he could at Ultron, that is going to be Bucky's turn. How many second wins do I have actually?
One. Just
Okay,
the
that's
one.
fine. All right, cool. Then yeah, Bucky has continued to pummel Ultron as best as he can.
Got it. Okay.
He does say, he says, Rocket, if you take this guy down, you can have the arm.
Rocket's so excited right now. He's like, hold on, Ant-Man, we're getting that arm.
I'm just like double checking myself. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, that's That's fine. That is the end of Bucky's turn. Ultron's going to go. He will proceed to. No, wait, I'm lying. He had a legendary action still left. So at the end,
Sure.
yes, of course he did. He's a total scumbag. At the end of Bucky's turn, he roars and proceeds to point at, oh God, who is here? What's going on? Yeah, it's probably at you, Bucky, as you just battered on him. And this like green beam fires off of one of the Infinity Stones. I need for you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, my favorites. 15?
That's a fail. You take 75 points of damage as he like disintegrates a huge portion of you, just proceeds to like unright itself. Like, are you still up?
I'm still up.
Cool. So now it's Ultron's turn.
Oh,
and
no.
He will cast a spell. He is going to cast at you. Hold on. Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He just like looks down at you and is like, fine, I'll do it myself. And he casts Power Word Stun at you, Bucky.
That's
Do
not
you
your line.
Do you have less than 150 hit points?
I do have less than 150 hit points, yes.
You are stunned.
Oh, of course.
Well,
yeah, considering you just disintegrated probably part of the arm I promised to Rocket, I'm pretty stunned by that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a total scumbag. At which point he wheels around to Rocket and he's like, I thought I had to take care of the witch first, but you're very pestery. And he's going to attack you with his extra 2 attacks here. Boom, boom. 2 vibranium shots for you, Rocket. 21. I'm assuming that hits, right?
Yeah.
The 21 hits.
You take 21 points of bludgeoning damage as he just like punches you right in the head. And then for his bonus action, he just like looks up and you hear like glass shatters all around you as coming out of the buildings. 4 drones proceed to like they all like enter the fray. That was Ultron's action. That was his bonus action. He's not gonna move. He's cool right here. He cares less about you guys. Rocket, you're up.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
We're doing
God.
great.
Doing
Guys,
great.
I think we've got this one.
Doing something. Yeah, I think Rocket is. Oh man.
The summoned creatures act when summoned. They move. They come flying in at you, though they don't attack yet. They won't be able to attack till next round.
Rocket's going to run and try to flank Ultron a little bit, and then unload his cannon on him once more. That ion cannon.
Got it.
Ooh, 22.
Hits.
Does 14
Nice.
damage.
Okay. At which point, as it has now been his turn, he has all of his stuff back. He proceeds to go like, and he's going to like use his reaction to cast banishment on you. Rocket, can you make a charisma saving throw?
Ooh, Rocket's got a ton of charisma.
Yeah. When you're played by Bradley Cooper, you gotta. Oof.
Oh, not enough today. He's played by Sheldon.
No.
Have not used a reaction yet, Rich. I'd like that banishment to not happen, please.
Okay, Rocket is not banished.
Thank God for Doctor Strange.
Thank God for Doctor Strange.
God, picking when to use these is brutal, guys.
Rocket, you're not banished. You may continue your turn.
Oh man. Okay. I think he's
Oh my goodness.
I think at this point he's angry and is just like taken over with pure fury, and is so mad about that arm potentially disintegrating, and just like drops his gun and runs up, and he's just like scratching and hitting with his furry little fist.
Okay, go for it. Yeah, go for it.
It's not gonna hit.
Nope, not gonna hit. You're like scraping away at him. Awesome. At the end of Rocket's turn, this guy's going to use another legendary action, at which point he wheels around on, God, what do I have left here? Right. Yeah, cool. He wheels around on you, Strange, and is just like, enough. He is going to cast. Sorry, 1 second. Oops. Gosh, so much stuff.
That's
Okay,
a lot of stuff.
He wheels around on you, Strange, and I need for you to make well, Ultron's much smarter than I am, which is why this is a bit of a problem. Right. Okay. He proceeds to just be like, fine, stay here. And he traps you in a force cage. We see like the reality and the power stones flare, and a box basically just like encloses you in a 5x5 area, preventing any spells from going in or out. Creatures only partially within. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yep. To leave, you would have to try to make a charisma saving throw next turn, but you are like entombed within a force cage, Doctor Strange. Wanda, you're up.
Cool, great. Fantastic.
Cool, great, awesome, perfect.
Someone remind me why I chose a sorcerer. I have no idea what my things do.
Because you wanted to do an accent.
I really did. This was big reason to do it.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
In your defense, I did.
Her
say
name
I would
is
kill you
Wanda.
very
What am I
quickly.
supposed to do?
Not play the one with the shifting accent. Come on. Wanda is like a little bit like just exhausted by the constant change of scenery. She is going to react to that disappointment with the change of scenery by let's say it's a chaos bolt. She's gonna blast. She's gonna use some chaos magic. She's like,
You can upcast that thing too, right?
She's the
You can
Scarlet
use a
Witch.
higher level spell slot.
We shall do that. Exactly. Chaos bolt.
Oh, that would've
14
been
misses,
so nice.
unfortunately. If you had
Okay.
advantage, it would have been insane.
Can't go into flanking. Quicken the spell with the sorcery points. To try that again, except this time I will. Is this very stupid to try and flank Ultron with Bucky?
I think if you flank the magic is a disadvantage. isn't
Oh,
it, if you're
true,
melee
yeah.
range? Yeah.
Ranged
yes.
attacks would be a
Yeah.
disadvantage.
Got it.
yes.
Okay, great. Quickening the spell, bonus action, Chaos Bolt, one more time. Let's see if this does anything. Am I able to do this without hurting Bucky and Rocket
Yeah.
from this position?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Rocky's a short dude.
Precision bolt.
Rocket's a short dude. 19. They're like both bolts just like hammer into Ultron, deflecting off of him to no avail.
Well, that's phenomenal. Do I have other things? Wait, seeking spell. If you make an attack roll for a spell and miss, you can spend 2 sorcerer points to re-roll the d20, and you must use the new roll. So can we do this again?
Do it.
We're gonna do it one more time. Another chaos bolt.
Oh, I'll stay.
I'll stay. Yeah, I think Wanda's just like, what the actual F? And she is going to stay exactly where she is. She's like kind of out of the fight right now. This is fun. This is great.
At the end of your turn, he's going to use a legendary action. He proceeds to cast yeah, this is the one. Up to 10 creatures of your choice that you could see. So this is all of you. All of you have intelligence scores higher than 2. I need each of you to make an intelligence saving throw, not you, Strange.
I'm stunned, so I think I automatically fail.
No, you could still make an int save.
Oh, phew,
Sweet.
19.
Yeah, I passed it.
Awesome. Okay. So you guys only take
20.
20. Nice. Bucky, you take
Um,
54 points of psychic damage because you're vulnerable
Because I
to
am
it. Even though you
vulnerable
made the
to
save.
psychic damage.
Yup. Ant-Man, Wanda, each of you only takes 27 points of psychic damage. Rocket, you take 54 points of psychic damage.
Oh.
Rocket's not looking good.
Neither is Bucky.
It's same with Scott.
We have no healers, right?
No.
We were really smart in our picks.
Why would I send you with healers, dude? That's no fun. Doctor Strange, you're trapped inside a force cage.
Okay, I'm happy to roll a charisma check here, but I want to know if I can just portal my way out of there.
Nope, it bounds itself through the ethereal plane. So it actually like explicitly says, hold on a second, I have to double check myself. If a creature tries to use teleportation or interplanar magic to leave, it must first make a charisma saving throw.
Okay, so I'll just make the charisma saving throw and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
10, you have failed.
Well, can I do that to myself within the cage?
Yeah. Sure.
So I
make,
succeed.
yeah, you make the charisma save then. So what do you want to do?
Okay, so I would basically like to do my portal, right? It costs an action to get out regardless. So I'm going to portal over. Oh my God. We've really gotten ourselves in it here, haven't we? I'm going to go. I can go up to 100 feet. So I'm going to go over here.
Yeah, run, Strange. Tell them what has happened to us. Get out of here. Call Dad.
I think
Call
you like.
Tony. Go.
Tell
leave.
we're really sorry. I will pay for whatever the damages are.
Yes, you should not have come off peak.
My God. The cape is gonna hit him again. It's still on him. No. All right, you know what, Rich? I'm gonna do this for my second reaction, and that cape is gonna hit.
Wait, you just use okay. The cape hits.
Cape hits
I see a future where my attacks do hit.
for 6 points of damage.
The cape does 6 points of damage to Ultron.
Hey, out of curiosity, how is Ultron looking?
He's down 227 hit points.
Oh.
We've
Oh.
done that much damage
That
to him?
wasn't really an answer to the question.
I love the answer of he's down this many hit points.
The dungeon master paying attention. 16. Yeah,
That
he breaks
fails!
free. Oh, it does. It does fail. Yeah, he's going to use a legendary resistance, which he hasn't even had to do yet, and just pass.
The cape burned the first resistance. We take that, I think.
Yeah, it sure did, dude. That's
Yeah.
one legendary resistance down. Doctor Strange, is that your turn?
No, it's not. I'm gonna fly another 60
not
feet
the
up because
case.
I have no reactions left. So it
Okay,
makes no
Rat, as
sense.
you start flying, he uses his reaction with the reality stone. The street melts away around you. You're now like standing like somewhere in what looks like the Caribbean. You're not sure. It's somewhere else in Southeast Asia, maybe. You don't know. Wanda, you're like, you start falling, almost falling into the river, but you're flying. That's good. Yep. That was a reaction there. At the end of your turn, then, Doctor Strange, he uses a legendary action. He is infuriated at all of this. He is going to I just need to do some measuring real quick here. Where's my Ultron? There he is. Oh, you're so far away. We don't love that. Oh, yeah, 75 feet. Yeah, no problem. Okay, he's going to move. If you guys want to take attacks of opportunity at him, you can.
I'm stunned.
You are stunned. Rocket, you could take an attack of opportunity at him.
Actually, no. Based on the psychic scream, I'm now stunned as well.
Oh,
On the
great.
last, since he failed to save.
Okay, cool. So these guys move. The drones go. This one's for Bucky. This one's for Rocket. Oh, yeah, crit. 20. They have
Rocket!
advantage. Rocket, you take 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Rocket's down.
Oh.
Rocket drops. Bucky, he punches you in the back of your head, but your head is so hard. This
hard
guy
hitting.
steps up in front of you, flanking now, and it will punch with the slam with advantage, even though you're stunned and all that good stuff. 13 can't do nothing. This one is going to stomp on Scott. It just like stomps on tiny little Scott. If it can hit him, 9
Nope,
misses.
nope.
Okay,
I'm too
cool.
tiny.
Ultron comes right over here And this is the point where he casts Prismatic Spray, and it will hit all of you. So I need for Bucky, Rocket, Wanda, Scott, all of you please roll a D8.
Oh boy.
A
Just
D8.
any-
Oh, my
okay.
faves. Okay, here we go. Let's see what
3 for me.
Uh,
I think. Listen, I'm down to barely
2.
any HP, so I think I'm going down either way here.
a 6.
Okay, 3 is going to be for Scott Lang, you said, right?
Yep.
Scott, a yellow light passes over you. Your body electrocuted. You take 31 points of lightning damage.
Scott is down and then some. Yeah. He's good.
Bucky, you said 2, right?
2.
Bucky, orange light flashes before your eyes. You take 34 points of acid damage.
Bucky's still standing, but
Amazing.
Not
What a
much.
tough guy. Rocket, you as well. Rolling
down.
the same as Bucket. Rocket's down. Wanda,
Rolled a
what'd
6.
you- a 6. Oh, this is so freaking great. This is so great. Can you please roll a Constitution saving throw while Doctor Strange has no reactions?
Yeah, I can do this.
Oh,
So good, Josh. You are not petrified.
No, I'm not. It's Petrocash. Petrocash. Not petrified.
You are not turned to stone. That all was.
That's useful to not be stoned is good.
Mhm. Wow. That was a lot.
But
That
yeah, a
just
third
sounded
of
a
third
lot.
of the team is down.
I was gonna say, who's down?
Ant-Man, you're down, right? Bucky, are you down?
Bucky's
stunned.
standing at 34. Or Bucky's still standing even with the 34 hit, but barely. But I'm still stunned. I don't know what I could do there.
You are still stunned. Yeah, this guy's a total jerk. I feel like I missed something. No, I guess now is actually Ultron's. No, I took Ultron's turn early. Did I mess up? I did something. Wanda, you can go.
Okay, great. Probably should have done some more looking at what I've got here. What do I want to do? What's like a fun thing that I could do in this moment? in
Revive
time?
allies.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have like nothing that can help for that. Let's see. Why don't we? What is a phantasmal killer? That sounds cool. I'll just
Yeah.
let me just pop that in the chat. Oh, and at a level 4, sure. I
Yeah.
don't know what any of that is. What did it do?
Just click the little bubble next to it. and it'll put
yeah,
the description in the chat.
phantasmal killer.
Ooh.
nightmares.
You're creating.
I'm tapping
Ultron's
into
nightmare.
Ultron's nightmares right now.
Yeah, what is it?
Little
Do
hand.
androids dream of electric
Yeah,
sheep?
so I think Wanda's doing like her little finger dance things, and in Ultron's nightmares, Ultron's being admonished by like the 3 men in a baby situation of like Hulk and Tony and Vision. Very, very bad, baby Ultron misbehaving. These are like the terrifying nightmares of Ultron's dreams, all of his various fathers condemning him and his actions.
Yeah, Ultron just laughs like, you really think I'm bothered about that? And then he proceeds to just like reposition here. He uses his reaction from the space stone and is just like, and is standing right up on top of you, Wanda, completely unaffected by your phantasmal killer.
Great. Just lovely, so good.
Wanda Maximoff, notorious melee combat fighter. Yes.
so good. And
I
so
think he's literally got 0 attacks on his sheet. Yep.
So about that, like, can I disengage, like, or can I like move without drawing opportunity attack, or it's gonna draw an opportunity attack if I try and move right now?
So technically you could have quickened that last thing and you could use your action to disengage right here and move. Sure, go for it.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. And then one's like, Steven, wait for me, and is going to as far away as possible.
Wait, so just to be clear, Bucky Barnes is standing there stuck, and the only 2 people alive are flying in the other direction.
We gotta get out of here. I gotta
This
go.
is why This is why I don't like magic people.
And at the end of your turn, as you are racing away,
We
he
gotta go.
uses his legendary action, just raising a hand towards the pair of you back there. At which point, this like the stones flare, this gleaming blue ball leaps out of his hand, hammering towards you. And I need for both of you two to make a Constitution saving throw.
It's Adam and I.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh. Nice, Adam.
A 17.
Nice. Okay, cool. Hold on a second. It's just messing with me. Right. So you guys both make your saving throws, taking only, instead of 47, 23 points of cold damage.
That's chilly. 23, you said?
Yep.
You're sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Hurt.
Good.
47 and a half is 23. Yeah, right. Yeah.
It feels good. Breezy, you know?
Yeah, well, cold in here.
Drafty.
Double checking the rest of it. That was his legendary action at the end of Wanda's turn. Doctor Strange, you can go.
That was just a legendary action.
Steven, get us out of here. Let us call our parents. This isn't very funny anymore. I'm not even using the accent. We gotta call mom and dad.
Oh my god.
Call, Steven. You want to flee? You can open a portal, escape?
I think he like looks at Wanda and is like, I don't know if this is the one.
Well, it's kind of we're all dead anyway. Go fight him. If we're gonna die anyway, then get back in there right now.
Then we're going back in.
Losing my accent, I'm freaking out.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I think I just have to do another ice storm is what has to happen here. I think I'm gonna not move up because I can only cast it. I think I've used my 8th and 7th. That's the wrong spell. Ice storm.
I've used all my super high level spells.
That's brutal. I need a dexterity save of 16 to take absolute terrible damage here.
Oh.
1823 takes 11 points of ice damage, cold damage.
Nice work, Steven.
Okay, I think because he doesn't have his cape anymore, he's gonna move up just a little bit, and the cape he's gonna make another attack.
Oh, if he doesn't have his cape, he needs to be on a street. This is water. I'm sorry. So Wanda's flying, you're running on the street. It's not a big deal. The cloak, is like really useless. It's like flapping around. And like Ultron's not having it.
Just gonna move one more up. And my turn.
Right. So you hit him with that. He took damage. He can nah, that doesn't matter. Well, yeah, he can. I'm gonna have you make a charisma saving throw, which I'm sure you will pass as one of his reactions.
18.
Okay, you are not banished. Ant-Man, you're down.
Yep.
Bucky, you're stunned.
I think, can I roll to get unstunned? It doesn't matter. I'm barely standing.
Let me double check myself, but oh god, what did I do? I just lost my whole sheet.
I think it's power word stuns. Oh, I can make a con save to see if I do.
Go for it. Yeah, make a con save.
Cool. This is great. I'm sure this is gonna help a lot.
I might.
18?
Oh.
18. You're unstunned. Sure.
Hooray! I guess I'll punch the robots around me.
Got it.
Or you know what? No, I'm gonna. Bucky's not smart. He got half disintegrated. He's angry and illogical, and he's gonna charge at Ultron, which means both of those probably get attacks of opportunity.
They definitely do with advantage. They're both flanking you. They both punch out. 21. Does that hit?
21 does hit, but he uses his reaction to parry which boosts his AC.
Bang!
No
Nice.
longer hits.
Got it. You deflect the blow as you come charging over towards Ultron. You like jump off the bridge as Ultron's like hovering over the water. Go for it. Make your attacks.
All right. I'm gonna do martial arts. 24,
Hits.
12. Combat knife. 25 hits.
Hits.
9, and my arm is mostly gone, so I won't do that. I'll just do martial arts again. 22 also hits. Gets 3 hits on him for another
Good roll
12.
here.
Wow.
Let's go. Come on,
Bucky
Bucky.
almost
Run it
down.
up.
As
Run it up.
Bucky's like
Still
bang,
swinging.
bang, bang, punching. It's at this point that Ultron, now that you're like good and nice in melee
no.
range, he proceeds to again just use the Power Stone reaction and will cast harm against you. So I need you to make a
Oh.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, this is good last time.
Constitution is good for me generally.
Mm-hmm.
Not that time.
Yep, you take a horrific amount of necrotic damage, 52.
Oh! And as Bucky gets hit in midair, he falls into the river unconscious.
We just watch him
And
like
there's no Steve Rogers to save. And now there's no Bucky to save Bucky from the river.
the
Oh,
arm like
God.
dragging him down underwater as he sinks. Ultron like looking back up at you guys. Now it's actually his turn. The drones go. Rocket and Ant-Man are both down. The drones just like come flying up, 2 at each of you guys. They are able to dash as a bonus action. They are like super aggressive. They come flying up, one on either side of you. They will make flanking attacks for Wanda,
Yeah,
for
of course.
Strange. 19 and 17. Wanda, do those hit?
They are. What is my armor class? I can't tell.
Good question.
Oh,
I was gonna ask the same thing.
Yours is up at the top.
Yeah.
I don't see a number on mine, to be honest with you.
Oh my god.
I might not have an armor class.
Oh, the Scarlet Witch
double
has no
check
armor
this one.
class.
It makes sense. It's really funny that I made no attacks against you. You do have no armor class. Give me 1 second. Your armor class should be 17.
You would say that, wouldn't you? Just so that 17 hits.
I swear to God, I already
Rich,
forgot.
don't you think that that's just a little bit revisionist?
Yeah, and I'm
Uh,
doing it anyway because I have absolute power. Wanda, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Strange, you take
Yeah,
18?
she's down with that.
She drops into the water.
Oh,
As
no.
she starts dropping, one of the drones like grabs her under her armpits. Strange, do 24 and 20 hit you?
They do.
Okay, you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Come
Ultron-
to
you,
Marvel
Steven.
Cinematic Universe, they said. It would be
Okay.
fun.
Ultron
they
comes
said.
like floating up in front of you, Strange, and it's just like, you brought the wrong Avengers, Doctor. And he's going to cast Scorching Ray. Yeah, at a much higher level, firing a bunch of beams at you.
so many. But
What's your AC?
It is 16.
Okay.
A lot of those hit.
A plenty hit. Yeah.
Three of them.
Okay.
You take 12 points of fire damage.
Okay. Go on.
And then he comes like flying in at you with his fists out in front of him. He rips a lamppost up out of the ground as he's coming and just tries to swat you with it.
Oh,
23.
Yeah. Yeah.
oh,
For 19 and then another 25 points of damage. That's
clobbering you.
34, 44 points of damage, 2 melee attacks as he like smashes you down into the street like just twice, like pounding on you with this freaking telephone pole. I think it's your turn.
Okay.
How many hit points do you have?
4.
Oh my god!
I have 4 hit
Oh,
down to 4 hit points.
get out of there!
get out of there. Go.
I could
Leave.
find use for you if you choose to surrender, Doctor.
First and foremost, the cloak is going to hit again.
Yeah, flanking, baby. Yeah.
Yes.
Get him.
Unbelievably great.
Amazing. Yes.
For 13, and I need a strength save.
Yep, you got it.
You grappled!
Oh my God. The cloak's like wrapped around him. He's like, dude, he's got plus 13 to his straight saves. That's so good.
Wow.
That's incredible.
I
Cloak
don't think
MVP.
I don't think there's anything else to do here except to teleport away.
Get
So you
out
open
of
the gate,
there.
you teleport away.
I think
Or
I
you're
think
just gonna cast teleport.
I'm gonna cast teleport.
Okay.
And my question to you, Rich, though, is if they're unconscious / dead, do they count as willing creatures? Can I take their
No.
corpses with me?
I don't think so. No. They're they can't give consent if they're unconscious. And subsequently,
We wrote it out in advance, though. Like, if we ever go unconscious,
Seems like
Yeah,
that would
that's
be
teleport
the
our
us
living
away.
will.
This
You know?
is part of our union as
Yeah.
Avengers. Yeah.
I thought you guys just met like 2 hours
We
ago.
paid the
With that,
dues.
Doctor Strange, the portal opens and you stagger back through it. Ultron like roaring as he's like pulling and yanking at your cloak, like just for the gleaming red eyes, like
Cloaky.
Another day, then. Another day, Doctor. It's like the portal closes in front of you. Doctor Strange. What are you gonna do?
I
Sorry,
think
you
like
guys. I'm sorry.
that's so bad. I think like last thing you saw just before the portal closed was the cloak just sort of like slipping right through there as he exits, and I think you see him back, probably in New York, back at the Avengers headquarters, and it's just like got this 4 HP look on his face of like.
4 HP.
I think you just like see him collapse to the ground and like go out, and I think
And I think that, yeah, okay, as Doctor Strange, we watch him like hit the ground, like blood kind of pooling around him, the cloak kind of like shaking him to wake him up. Doctor Strange is out. And I think it's at this point that the camera
Thanks,
just
Rich.
no problem. The camera lingers on the broken form of Doctor Strange. Really, the only hope I actually gave you guys in that fight, apparently, with that reaction. I'm sorry. I didn't expect it to go this badly.
Yeah, I guess like it's nice that we did Dungeons and Dragons under 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's a
shortest
rarity.
episode
That's
ever.
true.
In and out.
But I guess it's at this point, as the scene's like fading to black, Strange broken on the floor, that the doors of the room are thrown open. We hear footsteps in the darkness, heavy, booted, precise. And as the camera begins to open back up again, the fade kind of running out to the edges of the screen, I think we see them.
360 camera
Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, Thor Odinson, and Bruce Hulk Banner. You come walking into the room with Tony's ward, Peter.
My boy.
And you see Doctor Strange laying battered on the ground in a pool of his own blood.
Why, Dr. Wizard Man sleeping? Get
Tony,
down.
medical check.
And who the hell is going to pay for all of this? Jesus. You go
That's
out
what
for
you're
a
concerned about
you go out for
right now,
shawarma
Stark?
one time, you come back, there's a hole in this wall. I'm getting hot. I need to take this off.
Ah!
Oh, my.
For the
Well, I know
listeners
one
at
thing.
home,
The sorcerer's
Mike Bloom
knocked
has
out.
just taken off his shirt.
That's no good. All right, let me. I guess I'll scan his body for any sort of vital signs.
He's still alive, though. He's like badly hurt. I think you hear the voice in the armor. Like, he's gonna need some real medical attention, boss.
Well, being that he's a doctor, that's the definition of irony.
I don't think he can do it to himself, though, boss.
All right, well, look, is there anyone we can get him fixed up in the infirmary or something? Any of the bots there can get him at least a little stabilized? We can get some questions out of him. Clearly, he's been through a lot while we were away.
And so, yeah, I think she's like, we'll get on it. And, yeah. Like,
Cap is going to help pick him up and carry him.
Okay.
Naturally.
And I think as you guys are like coming back through the halls towards the medical bay, yeah, carrying the body of like Strange, we see like a couple like automated suits in like the med bay room. You're able to like kind of lay him out on the thing, like plug some IVs into him or whatever. Yeah. And so here you stand. I think like Steven, your eyes like flutter open as like the IVs begin to take hold, like Tony's super drugs kind of waking you back up a little bit. You're clearly battered, bruised, burned out of resources. This is not your fight to play out, but standing in front of you are the A Squad and Spider-Man.
Spider-Man here too.
Yep.
Well, welcome back to the land of the living, Doc.
What happened? You look like got hit by a truck.
Did you party too much?
I forgot that I was still playing, Doc. There's a Ultron. He's back with the Infinity Stones. Wanda's dead. Bucky's dead.
No.
Rocket's dead. Another guy's dead too. I don't remember his name, but they're all dead.
Was he tiny guy or big guy? Or sometimes both?
Yes. All of yes.
I think Hulk looks at Cap.
They killed tiny big man.
I refuse to believe that our allies are dead unless we see them for ourselves. Where are they? And Tony, what is this about Ultron? We took down Ultron ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, funny thing about self-sustaining artificial intelligence there, Cap, it has the chance of rising back up when you least expect it. Can't say I didn't predict that. What I did not predict is him getting his hands on the Infinity Stones, considering the rigmarole we went through last time to get rid of all that.
Rigmarole. I think you just hear it through the PA system. Rigmarole.
I programmed these damn suits to respond to rigmarole every time I say it. It's a word of the day calendar thing. Never tell me to do that again.
Hey, Mr. Stark, is that why you have that tattoo on your arm of rigmarole?
Listen, sometimes when you lose a couple bets, when you're a party playboy like me, you get some tattoos. There are some other ones in some unmentionable areas. You can see them maybe if you wine and dine me, depending on the setting. But that's not the time or place.
It's okay.
That's not the time or place for this. Yeah, especially given the age situation.
What is this becoming? What genre is
MOTPD. I think that as you're all like standing here, Thor, Cap, and I don't know if you guys have any like thoughts here.
Mr. Caveman, where was this again? I think like you see him respond. He's like, I can get you there, but I can't come.
No, you need to stay here. You need to get the medical attention you need. But if you still have your stone, how does this guy have other stones?
Oh, that's very easy, Captain. I'm not from this reality, but I'll break this one just the
Who's
same as the
talking right now? We didn't invite a sixth person.
This is a good trick.
As you turn around over your shoulder, you see Ultron, the 6 Infinity Stones, like glowing in his chest as he stands in the hallway, and he looks past you like, "Oh, I came to finish the doctor, but I guess if he needs to nap for a little bit."
I think you see Strange teleport away again.
From the hospital bed. He just like rolls out of the bed into a portal, like the cloak like zipping down in afterwards. And Ultron's like, He's going to make me chase him down, isn't he?
No,
You're not
come
going
on.
anywhere.
Why don't you stay? We rolled out the rec room. You like reruns? I got Cheers up on the Netflix. You can watch all 12 seasons. Real fun binge. Holds up fairly well.
I've watched Netflix. All of it.
You are Netflix.
What did Ultron think of Squid Game?
Honestly, it was better than I expected, but I don't think it lived up to all the hype. I'm not sure what all the excitement is about.
Did Ultron connect with the human message at the heart of Midnight Mass?
No.
Cap has his little notebook out and he's writing down Squid Game. Mass. And then
Hulk
puts it
turns
back
to
in his
Cap.
pocket.
If Steve like Midnight Mass, try House on Haunting Hill, House on Bly Bly Manor.
We'll have to keep it in mind. But before we get to watch any of that, I think we need to clean up some trash that walked into our offices.
Yeah, emphasis on trash. And at this moment,
Smash!
Tony is going to Tony's going to launch power clamps from his set of armor to try to restrain Ultron.
Okay, sick. I'll give everybody a free action right here. I think as Tony fires the power clamps, the whole like building around you starts to like shift as Ultron suddenly is like got you guys down in like the training facility, down in like the basement. You're standing here with Ultron, and yeah, I'll give each of you guys like a free attack here, a free action. Tony, go for it. Power clamps.
Power clamp, strength save, DC 18.
Got it. He still looks a little dinged up and battered as though like he's been like scrapping and fighting for a while. Yeah. So the clamps like hit him and are like, and he just looks down and is like, Tony. I thought that you could build something better by now. What do the rest of you guys want to do?
Yeah.
I'd
So
like to
Cap,
smash.
Yeah, Cap is actually gonna before that do a Can I do a bonus action?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You just basically could have like a free thing right here. Yep.
Cool. Then he's gonna look at Hulk and then point at Ultron and say, "Hulk, smash!" Doing Commander Strike, which allows Hulk to essentially have 2 attacks.
Oh yeah.
Oh sure.
So
Yeah, you want to give up your thing for Hulk.
Yeah, using a superiority die to also bolster his attack damage.
Okay, Hulk. So you're gonna smash?
Yeah.
Netflix and smash!
Am I allowed to do this raging or no?
You're always raging, dude. You're the
Yeah,
Hulk.
that's my secret, Rich. I'm always raging. So that is an 18. This does not seem great.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, do I have the superiority dice?
It
It's
adds
for
to
the
the
damage.
I think. So take a second attack at him.
Got it. Okay, second attack. For a 19. God, these rolls tonight. That's it. I mean,
are brutal. I'm like double checking my math. You have plus 13 to hit. It's not that bad. Yeah, you just like, and I think Ultron's like thrusters fire up as he like lifts off the ground, like kind of pivoting and moving away from you, and is looking down at you like, oh, you're really very boring. Hulk. That was your thing. Cap, that was your thing. Thor, Spidey, what do you guys want to do?
Yeah, I think Thor is grabbing both Mjolnir and Stormbreaker and just takes off and is like flying directly at Ultron and is going to attempt to hit him with both, like one after the other.
Okay, nice. Go for it.
All right, so first, yeah, he's swinging Stormbreaker, his big axe.
Oh,
Hell yeah!
Hits.
Hell yeah!
Now it's time for 25 points of damage. Yep.
And actually, like, he is going to use his Thunderous Smite. Whenever he lands an attack, he can smite the target for an additional 3d8.
Yes, he sure can.
So for 15.
Hold on 1 second. 284. That's 309 plus another 15. Okay, guys, got him up over 300 hit points now. Boom! This like peal of explosion. He's going to make a strength save. 28. He holds his ground. Just like so you can't attack with both things because we haven't started yet. I was giving everybody like one free attack. That's your movement. That's your one free attack with the smite. Spider-Man.
Okay.
And the rest of you guys can roll initiative if you want to get ahead of it a little bit.
I think you just see him start swinging. I think you see one web go up and he just flies over and is going to hit him with a swinging strike.
Nice. As Spider-Man's like swinging across the roof, like coming past them. 24 hits. Bang! His head like reeling back for 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
And if you'll let me do it again, I will do it again.
I won't. I gave everybody one free attack. Now we're in.
Okay.
That's cool. So go ahead, click your token, roll initiative. You're going to be up here on ulti. Okay, I got
That's
Ultron,
better.
I got Tony, Hulk, Thor, Cap, Spider-Man. This is a team of Avengers, gentlemen. Spider-Man.
No offense to the first group, by the way.
I love the first group, but Spidey, you're up.
It's always about.
Okay. We're just gonna start swinging. We're up. I think you just see him kind of like doing waves, like circling around and flying up on these webs, and just slam. 24.
Okay, hold on a second.
Sorry,
He's going to
yes.
use the time stone and force you to re-roll that 24.
Okay.
Oh.
17 misses.
But Tony uses now, kid, which is as a reaction. He has a combination with Spider-Man, which gives him advantage to his attack and doubles the damage dice if it hits.
Yeah, buddy! 24 will hit.
Amazing.
That's your reaction, Tony. That's 16 points of damage. Do me a favor, roll it again. We're going to subtract 5 from the second roll. That's a rough roll. That's still 21 points of damage as Tony like shouts encouragement to his young ward, Peter Parker.
Which we should also say from a canonical perspective, the Spidey combo triggers the Iron Spider suit enhanced features. So essentially it's a voice activated thing that allows your suit to essentially go into overdrive and do a little bit of extra damage.
As you're like swinging past him, we see like the spider arms like and they're like hammering down like the staccato rhythm of drums on Ultron's head. That's your first attack, Spider-Man. Second attack.
Second attack. Oh my goodness. Even with advantage, that's nothing. Okay, that's okay because I am going to expend a key point and we're going to flurry of blows.
Yeah.
And we're going to hit him 2 more times. I believe still with swinging strike. I'm still swinging, right?
Yeah, you are still swimming. Spider-Man is fast, man. This is all happening very quickly.
Okay, that 12 is garbage. The 29 is not, though.
Yeah.
For another 13 points of damage. And can I have a dexterity saving throw, please?
13 points, you said? Yep.
For
Okay.
13 points.
And a
DC on this is
dexterity
18.
saving throw from dear Ultron here. DC 18. 15. He fails.
Ultron is knocked prone.
Oh.
Spider-Man with the momentum on the pendulum swing knocks him flat onto his back. Spider-Man, that's your movement. That's your action. That's your bonus action. Is that your turn?
It's not my turn because I'm going to action surge and we're going to run it back.
Everybody's got an action surge. Okay.
And now that he's prone, I believe this is going to be with advantage.
Yeah, it sure is. Hit. No, miss.
Bang! Devastating. And one more, 25.
Bang! Hits.
For 21 points of damage. That is my action, a bonus action, an action surge. I have not moved. I'm just going to come around here.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I think at this point you're no longer hanging as like you had to get down on the ground to hit him, right? You're not like dangling
Sure.
anymore, but
fine.
whatever. So Spider-Man like drops down, smashing off Ultron's head, light stepping off to the side. Spider-Man, that's your turn. At the end of your turn as a legendary action, Ultron is going to proceed to cast. Right, he's already got that up. Yeah, he's gonna cast slow on everybody. Brutal. Up to 6 creatures of your choice in a 40-foot cube. So Cap and Iron Man, you guys are far enough away. I need Hulk,
Sweet.
Spider-Man, and Thor all to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh no.
It's bad, folks. It's a
Oh,
5.
I know.
Thor's
It's
not
not
wise.
very
You're so
wise.
smart though.
Oh, man. Let's see.
Why doesn't he want to talk about Netflix?
Brutal.
What is Netflix?
Thor, you have an aura of protection that gives you a little bit of bonus to that, but that's still
Yeah,
not enough,
It won't
unfortunately.
help.
Okay. Thor, you and Hulk are slowed. Spider-Man, you shake it loose. Cap, you're up.
Awesome. So Cap starts running towards Ultron. Is gonna say, Queens heads up, and for his first attack, shield toss, Ultron's way for 31.
Bang! Hits.
Nice.
Yeah, and so let me see. Does my shield punch work here? My
I think
reaction
it only
here?
works if he misses. Oh no, it does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
You throw the
Let me
shield.
put this in the chat. So
Do
Hulk's
it.
gonna have a reaction to that shield coming through.
Hell
Mhm.
yeah.
As the shield smashes off Ultron's face and starts rebounding back towards Cap, Hulk, you just like reach out and like slap it back at him. So you get to make a free attack with your throw anything.
Okay, let's do this for 18.
No dice. Bong! Like you smash it back into him, but you maybe were too close and it was not as effective. The shield comes like flying up into the air, like back towards Cap in this big wide arc.
Cap keeps running, catches the shield, lands his full feet of movement to put him here, flanking with Spider-Man, and then jumps up in the air to do a shield slam,
So amazing.
which would be
That's
a
a
32
natural
since
20.
I'm flanking,
Natural
and that's
20.
a critical hit.
Oh my god, my voice.
Get him.
So that would be what is that? 36
36.
points of bludgeoning damage. And then
This is a little
one
more like it, right?
And then what? Oh yeah, now it's feeling good. One more for fun's sake, for Bucky's sake, a martial arts attack as he's uprange and up close for 30.
You just punch Ultron right in the head. Yep.
For another 12.
Yep, he already used that reaction, so he cannot force you to reroll. Cool. Cap, that's your turn. You didn't miss any attacks against him.
I did not. I'm trying to think of what I want to do with my bonus action. But I think for now I am good on bonus action.
He's going to use the Space Stone reaction upon taking damage from that last hit, and he proceeds to. You see the Space Stone flare, and he like teleports to right in front of Tony, away from the lot of you all flanking him, because he's a jerk. That was his reaction. Then he's going to proceed to use a legendary action at the end of his turn and proceed to just make an attack against you. Just like punches you right for your head, Tony.
Not my head. It's my greatest asset.
And I think we see your pretty face vanish behind the armor as like the Iron Man suit activates. 21. Does that hit?
It does hit.
You have any reactions? Any other stuff you want to do here? You cool?
Yeah.
I think you have a shield you could use as a
Oh,
reaction,
you know what?
though
Yeah,
you don't
I mean,
have to.
I am an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, you know what? Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm just looking at that 11. If that's okay, I'm sneaking a peek. I think I'm good.
Okay. Your helm like takes most of the hit as you reel back a little bit, and that is Ultron's legendary action. Cap, your turn is over, Ultron goes. He's going to use a bonus action to summon drones.
Of course he will.
How many do I get? 4. I think like we hear like walls smashing in as a couple of drones proceed to appear. They're just going to move. That's his bonus action. They're like surging in at you guys, though not quite there yet, flying. Then for his actual action, he will proceed to like go for Tony again. He's going to punch and then a spell. So 32 hits.
Yeah. I think I'm going to use my reaction now.
Okay. You take 19 points of bludgeoning damage on the first hit. I think your shield can't block the 32. It can block the 21. So you don't take damage on that second attack. And for the final part of his attack action here, he's going to cast one spell, at which point he just like wheels back at the lot of you guys over here. And yeah, he liked this. This worked out really good when Wanda tried it on him, and he's learned a new trick. So he will cast Phantasmal Killer at you, Spider-Man. I need for you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Adam, you're muted.
21.
21.
Spider-Man is wise and not taking
Wise
any
beyond
garbage.
his years.
That was his action. That was his bonus action. He's not moving. That's his turn. Tony, you're up.
So Tony's gonna, turn to his creation, say, back in the day, I probably had a couple times when I wanted to take a swing at my old man, but you always learn that father knows best. And to start, I'm going to use, why the hell not? I'm gonna use my Unibeam.
Oh, wow. The chest. You could only use this once in a fight. Ultron will make a dex saving throw.
Come on.
25.
Ooh.
Oh,
Rich,
Makes it. Yeah.
I think I'd like to use my reaction
What's your reaction?
of witty quips.
What do you say, Spider-Man? What do you say?
Go, Spidey.
Yes.
I think what you hear him say is "hell of a beam," and my inspiration. Oh, I have to. I need to actually roll this, don't I?
Yeah, there should be a die there in your attack system, I think, isn't it? Did it not roll?
It's in a roll. It's a D12, though, right?
Okay, yeah, you should just D12 it. 7.
That
That
enough?
will reduce his saving throw to 18. So he would take 68 points of radiant damage. I think he has to use a legendary resistance. That's 2 legendary resistance down. He takes 34 points of radiant damage. You're up near 500 hit points now. Okay.
My God.
and so from that regard, Tony's going to say, I know I outfitted you with this one. So for his second attack, he's going to say, how about a little bit of turnabout is fair play? And he's going to use prismatic spray.
Oh God! So I think we see the like unibeam fires out of his chest, and then we hear like ka-chink as like it ejects some cartridges out of his shoulder. And where does you fire the prismatic spray off from, Mike?
So I'm going to fire it off from, because it's a cone of 60 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm going to fire it off from, let me just do some double checking here
if
to
you
make
want
sure.
to pivot around the other side, you could definitely.
Yeah, I'm
like,
definitely going to do it around here in this area. Yeah, that's a good way. I'm going to try to capture as many drones as possible in there.
Okay, you can only get 2 of them, but nonetheless, you get 2 and Ultron. So if you would like, you may roll D8s if you want, or I'll just roll
Sure.
D8s.
Yeah, why don't you? Because that's going to be like 4 of them.
Okay, I'm going to roll for Ultron, for Drone 1, and for Drone 2. Oh my God, Ultron gets an 8. So for Drone 1, let me make a dex save. As red light hits it, dealing fire. It fails its saving throw and is irrevocably destroyed. It's just like blasted apart, melted in the slag as it crashes down in underneath you. Drone 2 will make his save. Wait a minute. and I got to double check my prismatic spray. 7 on a failed save. Yeah, it's blinded. That should have been a wisdom save, but it doesn't matter. And then Ultron got an 8.
Which means he gets to, the target is struck by 2 rays, roll twice more, re-rolling any 8.
Mike, unbelievable the fight here. So 7 and 7. We're gonna re-roll one of those, so it won't go
Good
easy.
drink, good drink.
7 and 2. Mike, I'd like for you to open the dice roller on the left side of the screen. At the bottom is the advanced dice roller. You need to do 10d6.
Iron Man.
And I will roll Ultron's wisdom save to not be blinded. Okay, here's his wisdom save to not be blinded. God, what's your spell save DC? Is 17. That sucks. Ultron is blinded. He is not immune to being blind.
How will you watch Netflix now?
You know, I hear if you do a certain thing too much, son, you end up going blind. Listen, we all have urges, but I'm just saying.
Unbelievable. He does make his dex saving throw, so he only takes 19 points of fire damage, or rather acid damage, from the other side of the prismatic splay. Iron Man, those are 2 of your attacks.
Now, if he's blind, does he take an attack of opportunity if I move?
He can, but it is at disadvantage, is how that goes. Like a blinded, means all his attacks are at disadvantage.
All right, yeah. So from that, I'm gonna risk it to get the biscuit, and I'm gonna try to fly away over here towards my friend.
And I think that he will use his yeah, fuck it. He uses his regular reaction to take a swing at you with disadvantage.
Thank God for that disadvantage.
Oh, really?
So you take
Still sucks.
11 points of bludgeoning damage from a slap as you go. Tony, is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, he's going to use the second of his 2 legendary actions this round, rather, and he will. Yeah, so he's going to proceed to cast a spell, and he's just going to, he's going to get far away from you guys. He hates you. As he's blinded and can't see, deal with them. And he just just teleports a little bit further away from you guys down here. That was his legendary action. Thor, you're up.
Yeah, the first thing Thor is going to do is use Cleansing Touch as his action to kind of end that the slowness spell on him.
Sure.
Nice.
Phenomenal.
With that, slow is gone. Yep, that's one of your 3 cleansing touches.
Yeah. And so Thor kind of shakes that off, and he flies over. Whoops, didn't move him. He flies over to this first Ultron bot in front of him, and tells everyone else it's going to get a little wet. And his eyes glow blue, and he starts rain starts pouring down and lightning crackles above him, and he uses his control weather. But then whenever that does happen, kind of as a bonus action, he has an aura of lightning around him. And whenever this weather kind of starts, he gets this lightning kind of glowing in his armor, and he points it directly at the Ultron bot right in front of him. So it's going to deal 6 damage, 20 dex save.
The bot just explodes as the arcs hit it. Oh wait, it gets a dex save?
Yeah, it gets a dex save.
5.
Don't do it.
The arcs roll off you, and we just see the whole thing explode, debris raining down to the ground beneath you. Yep.
Yeah, and then I think that'll
you still have the rest of your movement. That was your action and your bonus action, and some of your
true.
movement if you want to move more. But that'll be your turn otherwise.
Yeah, I think he's gonna stay flying, but then he's gonna kind of move to the center of the kind of the compound circle and get closer to Ultron.
You got it. Ultron will use his last legendary action this round. He's going to cast Dispel Magic against the blindness, trying to purge it out. So he's got to beat Prismatic Spray is 7th level. It's a DC 17 on his check here. 24. So he's no longer blind. Hulk, you're up.
Okay, so I think that the Hulk is going to use his entire movement to get 50 feet, which is going to put him like kind of like right in the center of the star of the room.
You
like
got it.
the Hulk.
Hulk, as you move, it happens. The world bends around you, and suddenly the lot of you are standing outside at a container yard. You hear foghorns, the beeping of forklifts all around you, and Hulk, you're like bang as you like smash into a bunch of containers that are like stacked up here in front of you.
Great.
Anyone else watch The Wire season 2? I'm getting a real vibe from this one.
And so I think as the Hulk is like running across and like reality is changing, he's going to encounter one of these first crates, right? And he's going to pick it up.
Yeah.
And he's going to scream at Ultron as he throws one of these shipping containers recklessly at Ultron.
Got it. I think because you're slowed, you only have this one attack, but go for it. Take the toss.
Here we go. For 30.
Throw anything.
You can't shield that, baby.
Okay, so 25 plus the 4 from raging, so 29.
Oh my god! I actually added the rage damage into all that because you're always raging.
That's true. Great. So it's for 20.
That's my secret cap.
For 25 is what he's done there.
Okay, he like holds his ground as this freighter container just smashes over him for 25 points of damage. Got it?
Yes. And then I think with his bonus action, the Hulk is going to leap across all of the crates. And he is going to go flying at Ultron until he's right in front of Ultron.
I think I have to be a jerk because you're slowed. You can only take an action or a bonus action.
Oh, I can't do it? Well, then I guess I stay exactly where I'm at. And
I'm really sorry. You can roll another saving throw against the slow.
Yeah, let's do that. What do I have to roll?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Well, this is great. Yep. No.
Brutal. I'm really sorry.
Nope.
Josh.
All good.
Okay.
So that's the move. So he just throws a shipping container at Ultron, and that'll be that.
Yep. Ultron has used all of his legendary reactions. He already used a reaction against you this round. Spidey, you're up. New round.
Okay. I think I'm going to start by expending one key point to use Step of the Wind, allowing me to dash to move a total of a ridiculous amount of movement.
You sure
to be able to get there. And so I think what you see is like the web comes up on whatever this, crane is up there or whatever.
Yeah.
You just see him flying through the sky. And I think he just like comes down, fist ready to like hit him right in the head.
Yes.
As my action. A 29 to hit.
That will hit. Can't shield that.
For 16 points of damage. And that was like the first. And then I think the second one comes right after.
What a balance.
Wow.
Natural 1
Alpha
and a
Omega.
20.
As you miss, the Power Stone flares. He proceeds to cast harm at you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Spider-Man.
25.
25. You make your saving throw, suffering only 22 points of necrotic damage as he like grabs you, like shoving you back. Yep, you may continue going.
Can I have a reaction as Spider-Man swung past me? I didn't realize I was
for
muted.
sure. As Spider-Man comes swinging past you, he like comes off that crane. What do you want to do, Hulk?
Yeah, as he's swinging by, Hulk just kind of like a proud papa pushing his kid on the swing set. He just like pushes Spider-Man with a little bit of extra oomph. So that Spider-Man swing has all that more momentum.
I love that all these are just a bunch of adults help Spider-Man.
Yeah.
A bunch of grown men help this teenage boy.
So
he's a lovable kid.
He's like snatched Spidey mid swing, and he's just like thrown him like underhanded softball pitch. at Ultron, which means that Spider-Man has advantage on his next attack and doubling the damage dice if it hits.
And that attack hits, so you can go ahead and roll that damage again. It should just be another 2d10 we're adding to the 16 that you did, Spider-Man.
Yes. Where was that? Here it is.
If you scroll up a little bit, that'll be there. Yeah, cool. Another 7 on top of the 15. Got it. Hulk, that was your reaction this turn. One stinged up. Yep.
I think like with that, I think like as he's getting thrown, he's gonna be like, "Hey, thanks, man," and give Hulk inspiration.
Hulk have very good idea for Netflix show.
Hulk, you have Spidey inspiration. It's a D12.
Nice.
Oh, whoa.
The second of my 5. That'll end my turn.
Okay, you got it. You're tracking that, right? I don't need to
Yes.
sweat it. Okay, Spidey, that was the end of your turn. Cap, you're up.
Yeah, so these containers would reduce my movement speed if I go forward, right?
You could jump across the tie. You Captain freaking America, man.
Just checking. Great.
Yeah, no
Then Cap is
problem. Yeah.
Yeah, Cap is gonna start moving, but he's gonna first shield toss at one of the drones across from him. So he's on top of it, and he's gonna throw his shield.
Got it. The shield like heaves out off your right in a big like sidearm throw. 22 hits.
So he hits that first drone for 14 damage.
It like explodes, raining down. Dock workers are like, "What the hell is going on up there, man? Oh my God, it's Captain America!"
Oh my God, it's Frank Sabaka.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just doing some measurements real quick.
You Hulk,
Please ignore. Stark will Industries will pay for all damages here. Don't you worry.
Yeah,
Dang
you
right,
better,
you're
Stark.
gonna pay for the damages, Tony. As Captain is leaping across the containers, the shield bounces back. He catches it, fires it off again at this other one that's over there. For 29.
Hits.
For 22.
Yes.
The shield like deflects back as like the whole drone like rains down onto the container ship, like pieces rattling off of it everywhere.
Cool. And then completes his movement, which lands him near Thor.
You jump down off the containers, the combat boots like crushing blacktop underneath you as you hit the ground next to Thor, bro.
And then that should put me in range. Yep, to throw shield one more time straight at Ultron.
Instead of throwing the shield, I think Thor sees you land next to him and just takes his hammer and says, "Try this instead," and tosses it to you.
Yes.
Cap reaches out,
so
catches the
satisfying.
hammer mid-throw, and uses momentum to swing and throw Mjolnir straight at Ultron for 34.
That is.
Oh my God.
And
Spidey, you duck as Mjolnir like sails over your head, smashing into Ultron.
for 25 thunder damage. Thunder and bludgeoning, actually.
It sure is. Okay. Cap, that was your action. Those are all 3 of your attacks. Thor, that was your reaction to set up the Mjolnir toss. Cap, that was your movement and your bonus action. Is that your turn?
He uses his bonus action to say, "Hey, Queens, you got this. We're right behind you." Expending a superiority dice to rally, giving Spidey some temporary hit points.
Ooh.
Roll one.
That's
If I just hit superiority die roll,
It should roll. Yep.
So 9 plus 3, 12 points of 12 temporary hit points for Spider-Man.
Amazing.
And that
Sick.
will be Cap's turn.
Okay. That's Cap's turn. Ultron is up. Okay. Ultron's gonna use a stupid bonus action and summon drones. Oops, that didn't roll. That was dumb. Okay, Ultron summons some drones as his bonus action. He is going to take a look at you in front of him, Spider-Man, and just be like, and yeah, he'll take 2 shots at you. 3 drones appear. 25 and 23. Do those hit you?
They do.
You take 53 points of bludgeoning damage as Ultron is like, boom, bam, like smashing you into the container.
Good thing he has that temporary HP.
Yes, all 12 of them.
I'm gonna add our 3 drones in a second here. Here's drone, here's a drone, here's a drone. Drones are like flying down out of the sky. And then for his final little piece of his setup here, he turns looking back at the rest of you, at Captain America. Oh, that was really, really, really unpleasant, Captain America. Okay, I think that he proceeds to cast a wall of fire, which is going to be like right on top of the pair of you. We see the like reality stone flare. I need Cap, Thor, and Hulk to make dex saves.
Okay. I have advantage on dex saves.
You
with my
you
Bane
sure do.
and that's good.
Oh,
There's 20s.
Oof.
Sorry, I'm just reading something real quick.
No problem.
Okay, great. Dexterity save, you said?
Yep.
Oh. You know what though? I am pretty indomitable, so I will use that to re-roll this. Well, that's fine.
Buzzkill. Okay, so Hulk and Thor only take 10 points of fire damage. Cap, you take 20, and this big
That's
wall of fire.
10 points of fire damage reduced to 5, right?
Nice.
No, I don't think it is. I think you're not a totem barbarian, and so only bludgeoning.
True. Good point. Good point.
So used to it.
Man, I really loved it when it was like that.
Gotcha. I was going to make him a totem barbarian, but it's too simple. He's a berserker.
It's true.
It's very true. He's a berserker.
Yeah, Ultron made his 2 attacks. He cast his spell, he used his bonus action. Drones have arrived. The drones are like looking to surge down in on your friends. Tony, you are up.
So Ultron hasn't moved at all?
Nope.
Okay.
He holds his ground.
Okay. So then
One of these drones is like flown up to you and it's kind of like in front of you, you know.
all right, well, let's start with that one. So I will take my freaking lasers, and I will.
Lasers.
Ooh, that is a
Ooh.
critical one.
Mm-hmm. The pair of you are like flying, right? Boosters shooting, and like it just like weaves out of the way as the laser fires.
All right, well, that's okay because my focus is on Ultron anyway. I yell to him, "Hey, nobody hurts the kid," and listen. It's maybe sacrilegious for me to invoke a DC superhero, but I'm going to cast Firestorm.
What a cut. What a cut.
It was a hard cut. Right? I didn't know where he was going. Okay. So you obviously like what does it look like? Obviously, like incendiary devices are firing out of Iron Man.
So I think what I would imagine is essentially look at the opening scenes of Iron Man 1, right when he's like turning around and all the missiles are hitting, you know, the Afghanistan mountains behind him. That's essentially like a wall of flame that he is putting up in front of Ultron. So he saved that, but he still takes 7d10 fire damage.
He sure does. If you click the spell again, it's going to ask what level you want to cast it at. It makes a little pop up, and if you click
Where
that,
are
it should
you?
dump damage out.
Let's see.
It sometimes hides it under your sheet, Mike. Right? It's a little tricky.
Okay. Try to under my sheet. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna cast this. Since he saved. Sorry, I'm having trouble finding this.
No problem. You can use that advanced dice roller too and just roll a bunch.
Yeah, I
of
think I'll just do
70.
that. 70, 10.
Yep.
There we go. And he takes 21, lucky number of fire
Yeah,
damage.
fire like rains down from above around him. Spider-Man like right at the edge of the range. You're kind of like, oh, like leaning back into this container ship. Tony, that was your attack action. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my my system repairs bonus action to give myself 20 temporary HP.
Nice. You give yourself the 20 temporary HP. Movement, anything like that? You good?
No, I'm good. I got a friend in front of me, so.
Okay, cool. I think that Ultron is going to proceed to after he takes the fire damage. He proceeds to, well, what do you want to do that? Yeah, he's gonna relocate. Getting away from Spider-Man. Hey, yeah, look at that. We see the space stone flare, and suddenly he's like right behind you. Like, I wanted to save you for last, Tony, but we can do this now if you want. That was
Why
like
not?
his
I'm an
reaction.
impatient man.
That was his reaction. Then he's going to use his legendary action at the end of the round to try to hit you. He like really badly wants to hurt you. Oh, my mouse is bugging out. This is not great. So with advantage, punching from behind. 21. Does that hit, Tony?
It does.
You take 27 points of bludgeoning damage.
Thank
so your temp HP
goodness
is
for
9.
temp HP.
Yep. That's his legendary action, and his reaction right there. Thor, you're up on 5.
Yeah, Thor kind of uses his hammer to pull himself into the air and flies over right to Ultron.
I'm going to be tricky. I think you might have to make a deck save before you fly away. Let me just double check the wall of fire to see if that's actually still doing damage. Oops. No, sorry. One sec.
No worries.
On a failed save, creature on the side of the right. That ends its turn. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Cool. All right, great. Yeah, so then Thor zooms up right next to him and is going to attempt to do now what we were thinking of earlier, one hit with Stormbreaker, and then he'll use his bonus to hit with Mjolnir too. But let's see what Stormbreaker does.
So yeah, you can make 2 attacks with Stormbreaker and cap through Mjolnir, so you recall it to your hand. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I'll recall it and kind of catch it back in my hand.
Got it.
So Stormbreaker,
brutal.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you said I can make 2 attacks with it and then use the.
Yep. You have 2 attacks like basic, and then if you're dual wielding, you can use your bonus action to make that 3rd attack, right?
Yeah, I think. Okay, there we go. That one hits.
Bang! Oh God.
And then he is going to use his offhand attack, just so people see, with Mjolnir.
23 would hit. He's got the time stone flares. He's going to use the time stone reaction and make you roll again.
All right.
33.
Even better.
Not having it. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, and I think he yells something along the lines of, "Your magic is like my brother's." He's not around anymore.
On that note, can I, as my reaction, use charge the suit?
Oh, yeah. So Thor's going to do something electric. Yeah. You could do it.
I'm assuming call lightning means like putting lightning damage in, right?
No, it's actually an ability that he has where he can drop lightning bolts.
Oh, okay.
But you have just tipped Thor off to this cool thing that you can do. So now he knows.
He can do that.
He's got to like do big lightning damage, and you can absorb some of it if he does his little AoE burst or if he brings down the bolts.
All right, sounds good.
Thor, that was your action. That was your bonus action. Anything else?
Nope. Yeah, he's gonna stay put right here.
Okay. At the end of your turn, I think Ultron will use his last legendary action this turn, and he just like turns and looks at you and is like, why do you even care about these things? Aren't you an alien? And he will cast Nope. He wants to instead cast. Yeah, he's doing this destructive wave. Tony, Thor. I'm gonna have the two of you make Constitution saving throws. The drone is obliterated.
Oh, he destroys his own people.
Oh yeah, sure he does. He could care less.
Ooh.
Okay, so
I- we match.
both you two take. Oh no, I'm such an idiot. Thor, you're immune to thunder damage.
Oh, I am. Yeah.
Oh wait,
So
I,
you
wait,
only
I think Tony is as well.
You take 13 points. You're immune to lightning and radiant. Is that right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
thunder actually damages you, Tony.
Ah, damn, lightning and thunder, so different.
I'm very tricky. Thunder is like the sonic damage, right? So Tony, you take 40 points of damage. Thor,
right.
you take 13. That was his legendary action. Hulk, you are up. You are mad.
I'm very mad.
And you're still slowed, which sucks, but you have bardic inspiration from Spider-Man, who's not a bard.
It does suck. So I can throw anything.
Yeah.
Can I throw a drone?
Yeah.
Can I throw a drone at Ultron?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Hulk is going to grab this drone that is right next to him, and he is going to grab him by the leg and spin him in the air and throw the drone directly at Ultron. Is the move.
Yes.
Recklessly. Let's call that a reckless attack.
Of course. Why not?
For 23.
That hits.
Yeah, it does.
Amazing.
For 24 points of damage. On who is the question?
Oh,
Both. The drone explodes into shrapnel. Ultron takes the 24 points of damage. He will make a strength save. Oops, that's a way higher roll.
Yeah.
Um,
It is.
Unbelievable. He still takes a lot of damage. Unfortunately, Hulk, that's all you got as your
No, it
stage. You can't
isn't.
take a bonus action.
It's not. It's not because I have an action surge and I'm sick of only doing one thing per round. So I shall use my action surge now. And what Hulk will do is he will follow that up immediately by throwing another shipping crate at
Yes.
Ultron.
I think Thor and Iron
Love
Man
it.
like flying. You both turn as you hear Hulk like,
Yeah.
you know, like one of you goes up, one of you goes down as the shipping container is like cartwheeling into camera at the camera, right?
Yeah, for 24, which I imagine is going to hit
It hits.
for 30 points of damage
Wow.
on
Amazing.
Ultron.
And
This
then
is-
I think Thor is going to use one of his reactions that he has with the Hulk.
Yeah.
Whenever he sees both of these things tossed through the air, Thor turns and looks at Tony and says, "Remember, I am the strongest Avenger." And so, because of the attack, he just in a jealous rage also is just going to hit like Ultron right back.
Ash
I'll
Bros.
make a note of that.
So good. That's so good.
24, yeah, that'll hit, right?
Yeah, that hits.
It does hit. That's 27 points of damage to Ultron. This is like some real frenzied Avenger stuff that's happening right now. It's just like bang, 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 bang. He's getting hammered. He is over 700 points of damage. Here we go.
Wow.
Game on. You know what?
Hold on. I still have movement, don't I?
Yeah.
I have movement. If he's gonna bring the party to me, I'm gonna bring the party to you. So I think Hulk is gonna be able to get right and flanking.
Oh, Hulk move. Hulk move. He uses his reaction and proceeds like you are suddenly somewhere in the middle of the night, like standing on top of a building. Hulk, that was the Reality Stone reaction. You may continue your movement.
Great.
Does the
So
wall
then,
of fire travel through reality?
No,
so-
great call.
so now,
Cool.
though, so we're on like skyscrapers, right? Like we're on
Mhm.
like rooftops. So Hulk is gonna have to like jump to move onto this.
He's
next
still allowed
rooftop.
to jump as his movement. He's just allowed to also jump as a bonus action. when
Got
that
it. Great.
happens, right?
Yeah. So he's gonna just like come up next to the party up here. So Hulk,
Hulk,
is gonna
like,
come to say
jumps
hi.
grabbing onto the side of the rooftop buildings. People are screaming as you see inside, like a couple of people like terrified as you rip the wall of their home out.
Yeah, and as
And-
Hulk is climbing, he goes, "Hello, what are you watching?"
and, Like one of them.
Great British Bake Off is great this season.
Like one of them yells like Squid Game in Turkish as they run from the room, and you come like crawling up here next to Ultron, top of the round. Spidey, you're up. Ultron out of legendary actions.
Okay. Yeah, I have so much movement. It's insanity. Again, bonus action, Step of the Wind. And I think...
can I'm so sorry. Can I do the wisdom save here too,
Yes,
right?
please.
No, doesn't matter. So sorry. Okay, Adam, continue.
You have a D12 if you want to end
I
that
do
on
have a D12. Is
That's
that
a
gonna do
low
anything?
roll, my friend.
Yeah, I'm not gonna trust
I don't
it.
think.
No,
I think that's not
here.
enough.
Not
At least
here.
go double digits before you do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Bonus action, Step of the Wind. Another key point expended.
Can I pause you for 1
Please.
second right here, Adam?
Yes.
I neglected to inform all of you of something really important at the top of this.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You guys are the Avengers. You're not just a bunch of goofballs out here fighting Ultron.
Could have fooled us. That's one of the past 3 hours.
That was the first hour and a half. You guys, each of you has one epic action.
Ooh.
Your
what?
epic action is not defined on your character sheet because it would be preposterous and presumptuous for me to think that I could articulate the awesomeness that you 5 individuals could, given some creativity. So as we're rolling into this round of combat, I just want you all to keep in mind, you can attempt your epic action simply by selling me on the coolest fucking thing that you can like come up with in the moment. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adam, you may
Yeah,
continue
all
your
right.
turn. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Spider-Man.
Wow, really putting the pressure on there. Okay. Yeah, okay. Still bonus action, Step of the Wind. I think like he's gonna, kind of fly through the city. The web goes up to the top of the building as he's kind of going through. He's like, "Oh, hey, sorry, we'll pick it up. It'll be fine. No worries." And he's gonna come. He's gonna come to the other side here, sort of like going up and over and around. And I think I'm gonna I don't know, occupy this space right here. We're at like the top of a skyscraper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Clinging against the wall.
And
I can get used to this.
Start hitting.
Tony and Thor are flying. Hulk's clinging to the side of the building. You come like slapping across the thing. That's unfortunately a miss.
That's brutal. With the second attack at 27.
That will hit.
We love that. And then
wait, he's going to be a dick. He's going to use this immediately right now and use the time stone to force you to reroll that.
Sure.
That's his time reaction.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good.
Amazing. And then I think I'm going to use my open hand and I'm going to try and knock him back 15 feet with, I'm so bad at monks. I'm so sorry. I need a strength save. Yeah, this is not going to be great, but I need a strength save.
Is your DC?
It would, but I'm going to use my reaction of witty quips.
And what do you say?
And I think I say "see on the ground" as I roll a d12, which it doesn't matter because my DC was 18 and he rolled an 18. Down to a 10.
He fails the save. Go ahead and roll the damage on the attack.
There's no damage. He's just knocked back 15 feet.
Wait a minute. Didn't you just hit with the swinging strike?
Oh, sorry.
We just never got to the damage.
We never got to the damage. It's 14 damage. Sorry, I got ahead of myself.
Nope, no problem. It's 725 and he's knocked back 15 feet. You want him to like fall.
I want him to fall.
He is like flying, right? That said, 15 feet will smash him into the buildings on the other side of the alley while you roll an extra D6.
How is he flying? Is it like
same as you? Yeah, he's got jets in his boots and his hands like it's very much like the Tony Stark flying dynamic. Adam, go ahead and roll a D6 as you smash him into the buildings on the far side of the way. He crashes back through, taking an additional 6 points of damage. I believe this was all just your first attack. Second attack?
No, I missed my first attack. It was a natural one.
Right, got it. Thank you. That's your 2 attacks. You used your reaction.
I used the bonus action to get there with the Step of the Wind.
Step of the Wind. Got it. Spidey, that's your turn.
That's it.
at the end of your turn. He used all his legendary actions. Nothing happens. Cap, you're up.
Okay.
You're standing on top of a skyscraper with all your friends on the other side of the street.
Yeah, that's fine. The first thing Cap's gonna do as he's like looking and analyzing the scene is do a swing at this robot next to him.
Got it.
Does
16 hits. That's your AC.
Oh, perfect. So it's that for 14.
You destroy the drone.
Yeah, he's looking over and just like kind of like it's like he's looking at them and just like kind of like backhands the drone and like smashes his head off.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts running across the building. So he's gonna move over to the edge.
Your jump distance is 3 times whatever your strength score is. That's like a no-roll kind of jump, right?
3 times whatever my strength modifier, you mean?
No, the score.
Oh. Well, okay. I mean, yeah, interesting.
Because you're Captain America, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're under the effects of jump. Normally, you can like.
Well, in that case, I will start running, and then I believe my jump should be able to take me at least to over here.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm going through midair, I will shield toss at Ultron.
Got it. Cap sailing through the air, legs like bicycling as the shield flies out.
23.
23 hits.
So that does 10 damage. I catch my shield, and then I'm assuming this guy has at least range attacks, and he uses Commander Strike to tell Thor, bring the lightning, giving Thor my other attack, so Thor gets to attack in my stead.
Yeah, Thor,
Nice.
you may make an attack, and I believe that you add Cap's superiority die to the damage.
That's correct.
Ooh.
Cap, that's I think 3 superiority dice that you've burned.
Yes,
so
it
far.
is.
Okay.
I've been keeping.
I love you guys for keeping track.
So
Wow.
You get a plus 12 to whatever attack you do.
Wow.
Very good.
To the damage roll, it has to hit.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Come on, Thor. You can do
trying to
whatever
think-
attack you want, apparently.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna do it though. I'm going to call lightning. I'm gonna kind of use his little inspiration and point right at Ultron, and a lightning bolt will come from the sky. Let's see.
Ultron. As lightning explodes around him, I will make his deck save. This is where you could use your reaction, Tony.
And I shall.
Ooh, I failed.
All right.
Big.
I use legendary resistance. That's 3rd legendary resistance, taking only 11 points of that.
Plus
the superiority die, right?
dice.
Oh yeah, sick. So that would have been 34. This brings it to 17. Okay, got it.
Plus, I believe as part of my charge the suit, I can make an attack as part of the reaction, adding the amount absorbed to the damage dealt if the attack lands.
Yes, as Thor like drops lightning, Tony, you burn your reaction, thrusters fire, you close into range with Ultron. The lightning explodes around the suit, arcing all over you as you charge it, and you can make a single attack as part of this reaction.
All right, let's see.
Nice.
Yes, 29.
29. The laser like fires out of your hand right into Ultron.
So that's another. So it's the damage dealt.
Roll the
same thing as-
damage of the lasers plus an additional 22 points of lightning damage.
Wow.
I actually believe it's plus 34 because the superiority.
It is 34 because of the superiority die.
52 total damage.
You fired this like radiant laser into Ultron's face as the lightning is like arcing off of your hand. So that's wow. Let me do this math.
Also,
again.
that was a triple combo by Cap, Tony, and
Oh,
Thor.
my
I
heart.
did it. I did it.
Wow.
How do I
Beautiful.
drop this mic? Can we leave now? So that's 34, 42, 52 points of damage.
How much have we run this thing up yet?
Bringing Ultron to a total of 810 points of damage that he has received. Cap, that was your turn. I think that's the end of your turn.
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, no, that's the end of my turn. Sorry.
Ultron is so
Lord.
mad right now. Ultron goes. Okay. Ultron is up. So first of all, bonus action, he summons drones. Oops. That's a pretty sick ability, right? Ultron can concentrate on up to 6 spells at a time. Drones appear. A single drone? A single
one.
drone?
A single drone.
That's pathetic. It flies up behind Tony, granting Ultron advantage. Ultron is going to pop off on you. He is mad. He proceeds to punch with the vibranium. 16 or 27. 27. He's flanking now.
Yep, that hits.
Cap, you take 27 points of bludgeoning damage as Ultron just gives you a left hook to the helm. Then, like, one of his hands, like, rips off an I-beam out of the wall, and he lances it forward and tries to, like, kind of stab you through the suit with it. 31.
No, that definitely hits.
For 14 points of damage. That's a total of 41 altogether on those two. And now he will use a spell as his third attack here. He is going to... Give me one instant here. Right. Nope, can't do that. Yeah, he is going to proceed to pop off one last time with this resilient freezing sphere, rather. He fires this like blue beam past you, Tony, at your allies on the other side. I need Spider-Man, Thor, Hulk, all of you guys to make a con saving throw, DC 16.
Fail.
Okay, you take 39 points of cold damage, Spider-Man. Thor and Hulk, you guys each take only 19. That's Ultron's turn. The drone has appeared. Tony, you're up on 8.
All right, so I'm going to use my first action to disengage.
Okay.
And I'm going to fly away. I'm going to fly away to right here. And then... I am going to, for my second action...
You're going to action surge?
Well, I have a multi-attack, right? I can use combination of 2 abilities.
Yeah, so when you take the attack action, you can use multiple abilities, but disengage is its own thing. That takes its own action.
Okay, so if I attack first, and then... Oh, gotcha.
Do you know what I mean? Like, disengage and attack are 2 separate options. When you attack, you can, like, pick from the list. Yeah.
But
tricky.
I can action surge. Okay, then that's fine.
Everybody's got an action.
All right, then let me get the hell out of dodge.
Yep.
And let me actually. You know what? There's something I want to try first.
Okay.
Before I go. Let me try this epic attack that you might be talking about. Let me try to start the ball rolling on this, because Tony Stark realizes that Ultron is, to your point earlier, has essentially mimicked his technology, right? That was what built him. He took it, he refined it, he's used it with the power of the Infinity Stones. But that being said, he still was built from Stark technology.
Yep.
And so what Tony Stark is going to do is he is going to tenderly take the hands of Ultron, such smooth hands. He's going to say, when I created you, I'll admit I only partially expect you to go on a homicidal, world-conquering path, maybe like a 5% chance, but we all know that 5% isn't exactly the smallest chance. These hands have done so much. These hands carved from my hands. But I think it's time I take these hands there are no strings on you. And I'm going to attempt to blast his hands off.
Okay. I'm going to ask the panel here, you other four. What's the vote? Is that epic enough?
Yeah, if he's trying to
pretty
blast
good.
his
Take the
hands
hands.
off.
Yeah.
Okay, universally. What do you know? The guys on your team agree. That's epic enough. So now what I'm going to say is let's use one of your attacks to like damage him, and we'll see if it blows his hands off.
All right, so I'm going to go with, I guess I'll go with my repulsor cannon here.
Okay.
29.
Hits. Roll damage.
Okay. 9 rating.
For 9 points of radiant damage. I think that the repulsor cannon like cuts one of the hands off. Second attack.
All right, I'll do it again. Oh, so is this part of my epic attack? I get an extra attack, or would this be like?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'll do a second verse, same as the first. 23 hits
Roll damage.
for another 12 radiant damage.
That's 21 points of radiant damage altogether as you watch Tony Stark proceed to like do something that like and like some piece of vibranium like comes off of like each one of the forearms. I think there's a moment where Ultron's looking at you like, my hands. Are you quoting the never-ending story to me? And then like the laser like goes off and both his hands fall and he's like, you son of a Tony, that was your action. That was your action surge. I don't know if you used your bonus action that round. I may have lost track of it.
No, I will use my bonus action to give myself the system repairs once again to give myself that 20 bonus HP.
Nice. You take the 20 bonus HP at the end of Ultron's turn as you did all this shit.
Wait, I didn't do the action surge yet to disengage though.
Oh, true. Yeah, now you want to disengage.
Yeah, now I want to disengage and fly.
I think before you do, he's going to proceed to try to use his reaction to banish you. I need you to make a charisma saving throw, Tony Stark.
Well,
That
we know
should be
Tony
high.
Stark is
It's
a
Tony
Should
Stark.
be high. That
charismatic
should be.
He's
man.
got a pretty good
Tony.
charisma. Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh,
Famous last words.
Critical one, Tony. As you watch the hands fall and you turn, you're about to like action surge to disengage. But before you burn the action surge, Ultron is just like, you'll wait until I'm ready for you. And suddenly, like, you feel yourself drawn into the Soul Stone. You're peering out of this gleaming red encasement in Ultron's chest, staring at your friends across the way. You're banished. You may repeat the saving throw next round on your turn.
Sounds good.
That was his legendary, or that was actually just his reaction to that. His legendary action at the end of the round, as Tony is like off the grid for a second, is going to be to look up, and he, I think, looks at you, Thor, and it's just like, too much from you, and fires off like, yeah, actually. Yeah, he is going to surround you in a whirling circle of blades as he casts Blade Barrier just on top of you, Thor. I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
Oh,
13, that's a fail. You take 33 points of damage as this like myriad of like he's just like creating with the reality stone this like series of like razor sharp swords like slashing, tearing into you. Thor, now it's your actual turn.
I think with that, like, Thor is pissed, but also is I think he yells out at Ultron, "You give him back. Give him back." And then he's going to attempt to do also his own kind of epic attack.
Go for it. Before you do, I need you to make a second dexterity saving throw because he hit you with it and then you started your turn inside of it, which is why I did that on the total jerky DM.
Ooh.
5.
Ooh.
You take an additional 37 points of slashing damage, and now you may use your epic attack.
Yeah, I think he holds his hammer up in the air and gets it to be struck by lightning, and I think lightning is just fully surrounding him. and then he is going to bring down the hammer and at the same time hit it as hard as he can with the flat side of shield breaker and try to create literally a thunder clap that he can just kind of burst right towards Ultron.
I mean, what do you guys think? Does that sound epic enough?
Yes.
Sounds like decidedly
I love the
epic
literal
enough.
thunderclap.
I think that I'm gonna have him. What kind of saving throw should it be? A con save?
That makes sense, yeah, because it is. I'm trying to like overwhelm him.
Yeah. I'm trying to look at what the other saves are, and con just is the one that makes the most sense for it.
It does, right? Okay, so this
It's-
thunderclap
yeah.
like explodes into him. He makes his Constitution
Ugh.
saving throw. But Sheldon, let's have you roll 10d10.
Oh, come on, 100 total.
It's going to be half damage, but like he's thrown back, like smashing into the building. You can open the dice roller over on the left side, and if you want, you could just click 5d10 twice on the panels. It's the like almost bottom
I
button.
think I got it. Here we go. 10d10.
Nice. For
50.
50 points of damage. He makes a save. He's only going to take 25. Nonetheless, looking like banged up now as he's like smashed back into the rubble of the building. Thor, that was your epic action. I think that the blade barrier like is blasted back around you. Anything else you want to move and take your actual action?
I think he's gonna kind of stay on this rooftop, but he's gonna use his bonus action to kind of whip up the wind a little bit. And so essentially there's just gonna be a force of wind pushing at Ultron and also giving our guys like a little boost to be able to get over there a little
You got
quicker.
it. So we have a north like moving wind. Anybody moving north is going to get extra move speed. Anybody moving south is going to be slowed as gale force winds begin like just tunneling kind of in between these buildings. Thor, that was an epic turn. Yeah. Ultron's, we're going to say he's staggered. He's going to take his legendary action at the end of his turn. Hulk.
All right. So the Hulk is going to ride that wind and leap across the building. Cannonball! As he is going to like tuck in, put his legs in, tuck him under the arms, and he is going to butt stomp Ultron, what is technically called a ground pound, according to my character sheet.
Yes.
Do it. Do it.
Which will be 30 bludgeoning damage unless Ultron passes a DC
Dex
21 dex save.
That's a fail. He will take
Yes.
30 points
Smash.
of bludgeoning damage as
Yes.
a lot of you are standing out here, and I think you're watching the building collapse. Like Hulk like
Whoops.
goes through it, and I think the whole building's like Hulk. That was your action,
Yes.
your movement. You want to make
Yes.
another saving throw?
Yes, I do. Can I try an epic action in addition
Yeah.
to this? All right. So, what does it look like when like someone gets sucked into the Soul Stone?
I think that you saw Tony like stretched and pulled. And,
Is
like,
there like a wave to ride to like so like could Hulk have like cannonballed off of the building like kind of simultaneously with Tony getting sucked into the Soul Stone? Could he have like cannonballed his way through the Soul Stone into the Soul Plane, grab his buddy Tony, hit the ground, and bounce back up and escape from the Soul Plane with Tony Stark in tow?
I mean, I'm not even going to ask because that's definitely epic enough. So, what do we do here? Do we roll percentage? What is it? Is it a 50-50? Do we put it on the 100-sided? Mike Bloom, what do I do?
I feel like let's make it fun. Let's put it on the 100-sided. But I'm not sure what percentage we want to give it.
It's
What
an
do you-
epic action. I'm an effing Avenger.
Okay,
The
let's
odds
give you a
should be pretty
75.
good.
Let's give you a 75% chance that it works. and you get out, and a
Okay.
25% chance that you get stuck in there with your buddy.
Yep, totally fine. So 0
Yep.
to 75, and I get them.
So
or
we're
1
in,
to
so you're
75.
in there. Getting in there was the
Yeah.
easy part. Now it's about getting
76
out.
to 100 is you are trapped. 0 to 75 is you get Tony.
Oh my god!
76!
Ow.
76!
That's beautiful.
All right, so I
It's
think like
beautiful.
Hulk like cannonballs Ultron, and then gets sucked down into the Soul Stone, and then like butt stomps Tony and lands on the ground with Tony underneath him. Goes, "Hi, Tony,"
Hey, Hulk.
and that's it. That's all I got.
This was going so well for a second there. The building is collapsing next to you, Steve. Like Hulk, like you can't see him. You can't really see Ultron in there anymore either. Spidey, you're up.
It just for the podcast, like I rolled a 76. One past the point.
76.
It's really indicative of how all of my roles have been going on.
Oh,
I'm
my
really,
God.
yeah.
It is what it is. It's what are you gonna do?
Spidey, you're up.
Oh my god. Are we gonna lose this second one too? That would be embarrassing.
That would be really
No.
Okay. The building is like collapsing in front of me. There's rubble everywhere, chaos, pandemonium, all throughout these mean streets of whatever this city is. I think what I would like to do, Rich,
What city is it? You guys tell me. Yeah, what would you like to do, Ed?
I would like to just close my eyes and feel, sense, if you will, the world around me.
Is it
The
Peter Tingle
hair
coming?
on the back of your arm stands up.
And what I would like to do is start swinging directly towards the falling Ultron. And if I can, use some combination of just agility, dexterity, throw out some webs, get good, angles. And I would like to take the Infinity Stones from his armor, please.
I don't think you could take all 6.
How many
I
will
think
you let me
can make
take?
a move. I think you can make a move for 2 of them if you have 2 hands.
Okay, that's
Hurt
fine.
the Soul Stone.
Yeah, I'll take 2.
As you leap into the building, you're like sailing, you're calling to the webs, you're focusing everything, and suddenly, like, everything shifts, and you just see Ultron by himself, like, the boosters like lifting up, clear line of sight. Steve, you are clinging to the side of a skyscraper. I think,
Okay.
Adam, it's probably a sleight of hand check. Are you proficient in sleight of hand? Did I give him that?
No, but I have a very good dexterity.
Yeah, make it acrobatics then. Let's just call it acrobatics.
Okay.
I will allow you to make an independent acrobatics. I'm going to make opposed strength rolls. Does that seem fair?
Sure.
20 on the first one. Is this for the soul stone or what stone?
I think I would start with trying to get the soul stone. If
Okay.
I saw that my,
20. Okay. I'm going to give him a straight strength roll. I won't even give him athletics. How about that?
Oh.
You rip the soul stone
Amazing.
from Ultron's chest.
Where are we going?
Fire the second
Whoa!
web. Where are you aiming at?
I would like he's shifting everything around with the reality stone, right?
I would say take the space stone because it causes him to get away from us too often.
Mhm.
The space stone
Or-
lets him move. The reality stone is him like
or-
shifting the battlefield.
Or the time stone that forces us to re-roll.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine what we could do with the time stone.
Uh,
Spider-Man becomes Doctor Strange. Adam, you get to
I think
play
we've
both
done
your
it. I
characters.
think we've already done that.
Yeah.
I think I have to go for the reality stone.
Okay, you got it. Go for it.
Yeah.
Athletics
And this is
or
the
acrobatics rather.
Acrobatics.
I'm making a straight
Oh,
roll.
nice.
Very awesome.
Yeah, actually a very good acrobatics.
Oh, very
With
good.
that, you yank the reality stone and the soul stone from Ultron's chest. You're holding 2 Infinity Stones, Spider-Man.
Call it epic, call it whatever you want, Rich. Can I use them both to, number 1, get my 2 friends out, And number 2, take us back to Avengers headquarters in New York.
I can't take you back to Avengers headquarters because I got 37 maps stacked on top of each other like flapjacks here. It'll take me forever to do that. But that being said, I think that you can, in fact, use your action to release your friends. From
that is exactly what I would like to do.
And it's at this point that Hulk, make a saving throw. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, let's do that. God, my rolls have been so bad tonight. It's a 2.
They're really epically bad. Yeah, you guys.
Hulk sucks.
Hulk, that was just a freebie to get you out of slow. Hulk doesn't suck. He's just slow. You are clinging to the side of the building. Tony and Hulk, the pair of you come out. You see Peter Parker like as he's like holding these 2 things, the like Infinity Stones. You've managed to release your friends. Ultron, well, we're going to say he gets no legendary actions this round because you just ruined his day. Spidey, that was your turn.
That was my turn.
Cap, you're up.
Okay, well, the first thing Cap is going to do is Winter Soldier it and go off the building so he can land on his feet, which I assume can be fine. And then as he's going down, actually, I don't necessarily know if this is an epic action, but is gonna do an action, and just look over at Thor, and then just reach out his hand and hold it open, and Thor feels a tug on Mjolnir.
That's a pretty epic action. I think Thor, unless you're gonna resist, Cap's calling Mjolnir.
Yeah, he's not one to deny the call.
Yeah, he's smart enough to go for the little one, and just like that, Mjolnir, you watch it like twitch, and you all see Thor let go of it, and it flies across the way into Captain America's hand.
And Cap uses Mjolnir, since it allows, if you spin it, to jump into high heights, to fly close to Ultron and start wailing on him with both Mjolnir and a shield in a combo.
Oh my
Let
god!
us do it.
All right, Mjolnir.
28 hits.
It's 21 damage. Shield. 23.
Hits.
For 20. Mjolnir one more time. 19.
I think that's a miss.
He's got a bunch of superiority dice.
Except, I can use my purity dice to make that a precision attack. So that actually, I get to roll a superiority dice and add it. Because I can make it afterwards.
You sure can. That's it.
21.
That's brutal.
It is, but that's okay because I have action surge. So I'm going to use my action surge now.
Oh my god, Cap held out.
With Mjolnir and my shield.
Yes, that's another 3 attacks. 28 hits.
He ate with Mjolnir. 27. And I'm gonna do my shield. 29
hits
for 18. And then I'm going to use one more superiority dice as a bonus action to do a fainting attack, which means my next attack has advantage against him as I use Mjolnir one more time. Going for that nat if I get it. I didn't, but still 34
hits.
So amazing.
Another 26 thunder
you
damage.
Add the superiority.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do.
Can I?
So that is a 33 thunder bludgeoning on that one.
Captain America. How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say I'm gonna do it like that scene in Endgame where I will raise up Mjolnir and like summon lightning down, like a giant, like you just see the thunder coming together, and then I just swing the hammer down, and thunder rains down on this Ultron and lightning and blasts him into oblivion.
And he like smashes back into the wall, like just like strings, no strings. Nice hands. And I think like as his body is sliding down the side of this towering glass skyscraper, like glass and neon kind of like exploding and raining down below, you see them in front of you, Captain America. The 4 remaining Infinity Stones, having disconnected themselves from the corpse of this destroyed Superbot. Can I tell you something?
Oh, sure.
The standard attack there, the 26 points of damage, brought him exactly to 1,000. He had 1,001 hit points.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
The superiority die ended it.
Love it. I think as the stones are floating in front of him, Cap is gonna throw the hammer back towards Thor, and then like unclasp his helmet to take it off and like use it to like put the stones inside, and then use a shield to cover it because he's not gonna grab any of them by himself.
Hulk,
Letting free, by the way, his luscious hair and just gorgeous sculpted face.
Hulk, you're not slow anymore.
Yeah, so I think like Hulk then just like starts like jumping around, banding around all over the building.
All right, Hulk, ready for fight. Let's go.
All right, Hulk. Appreciate the initiative, but
Come on, I have 2 attacks now. First time bonus attacks. Lots of really good character sheet. Ready to go.
Tell you what, buddy.
Come on.
We'll have you take it out on the training dummies back at HQ.
Hulk ready to fight. What, is it over? No, Hulk didn't get to do any cool Hulk thing.
That's right, bud. We got Netflix and plenty of food waiting back for you. He'll turn to his buddy. He'll be like, "All right, kid, why don't you take that for a whirl? Shows if you can wield an Infinity Stone."
I think it might like hurt him really badly to continue using this stone. He's gonna do it.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, he's gonna do it. He'll try, even if it kills him. He's gonna, take us back to New York.
That with that, you are suddenly like shifting through many places. There weren't that many maps, and you find yourself back in the basement of the Avengers compound in Westchester, New York. Battered, you're bruised, but you did a hell of a lot better than those other 4 who you're gonna have to find because they're captured in a facility somewhere that we never got around to. And I think that what's the closing scene here? What's the epilogue, gentlemen?
I think if we get back and like that's the setup, I think it's only natural if we get there and we're recovering from our wounds and Strange is back up. I think Cap is going to be like, all right, we took down that one, but our friends are still missing and we need to go find them. Avengers, assemble. And that's probably the place it's going to close out, I would think.
Dun, 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 dun.
Again?
This was amazing.
This was amazing. Oh my
Everything
God.
I wanted and more.
Absolutely wild.
Oh,
Rich,
so good.
Rich, we'll
I'm
make
like
these,
shell shocked.
We'll make these available. Rich built like these really elaborate,
incredible,
intense, completely original character sheets for everybody. Like I'm desperate to like read everybody else's. Like Hulk's sheet's amazing. Wanda's sheet is ridiculous. Like the fact that we had to like take down 1,000 HP Ultron is like I've never played like Dungeons and Dragons at anywhere even remotely close to this high of a level.
So much fun.
So that was super fun.
And the
really,
combos,
really great.
like
Yeah.
honestly, the combos were so awesome. And I'm sure there's ones I know, like I had 2 that I didn't use because it just didn't come up where.
Mm-hmm.
I will just say, like, one of them was if Tony used his ion cannon, Cap could, like, run forward and use his shield to essentially deflect it off and give disadvantage against that attack. And then if him and Thor were next to each other, Thor could slam the shield to cause the reverberation, like lightning damage across the area, which is awesome as hell. Both of those were so cool.
I hope you guys had fun. I really enjoyed that.
It was a blast. We've we've been talking about doing this for a really long time. There was the whole big push during the big post show recaps Dungeons and Dragons marathon where we unlocked this game. So it's such a blessing that we did for a lot of reasons. Like, we raised a lot of money for really good causes and are making like a meaningful difference. And we got to play with action figures on a Dungeons and Dragons stream, so that was also great. You decide which one was better for mankind. But for like my night, it was pretty cool to jump around as the Scarlet Witch and the Hulk. Really, really super fun. Really fun that everybody got to play as two characters. Also, like something that we had talked about early of like,
especially considering the various power sets of everyone. Like, I think
it's too hard to choose. Like, we had to have the original Avengers, but everybody also wanted to get like a quirky character in too. So we're like, let's start there. We will end up playing the original Avengers or some variation thereof, but like, let's also be able to like get your Doctor Stranges in there. And I love the choices that people made for all of that too. It was super, super fun.
Yeah, as I was working in like the design space, and I talked to you a little bit about this, Josh, but I was just like, gosh, like I'm really struggling to come up with like the plausible situation where like Wanda and Strange aren't enough, and that really like led me to like, well, then like who are we fighting? Because it was very clear we wanted like one big bad, not a map of like mindless mooks that you guys are chewing through.
Yeah.
And so Thanos, obvious, but like, okay, do we really just want to redo that? And so I was so happy for, spoilers, but like for that Ultron was just such a gimme where I was like, oh yeah. And that led me to like a lot of design choices where I was trying to make something that would be dramatic and epic and crescendo. And God, I spent a lot of time thinking about those combo moves. So I'm glad that they worked well for you guys. I hope it felt like a like reasonable interpretation of these like heroes through
incredibly so.
Absolutely. Like it just like all the move sets, everything you did, like the characters felt like themselves. And it's funny to see like where things were pulled from, like Spidey having like certain monk abilities. You're like, oh, of course, like that makes total sense. Like, so that was like, those pieces were really fantastic and really great. Like Wanda, like having a bit of the inspiration die and things like that, I think thrown in was so fantastic. There's just all those pieces just really made this such an epic, fun, crazy adventure. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah. As somebody who's like, this year, it's still not over. It's 2021, if you could believe it or not, still. And this is the first year that I ever played Dungeons and Dragons, I think.
Wow.
I still have not exited my 1 year of playing this game. So like getting to like mash that together with the MCU that Kevin and I are surveying every week on the podcast was like ridiculously delightful. Like two great tastes that taste great together. Really ridiculously fun.
Getting to play these characters was just unreal. Like that's the other thing, right? Like, we're such fans of these characters. Like, we love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I love the comics. Like, but being able to like get into that position and like play Captain America specifically, like I went back and forth on who I wanted to play. We had these conversations about it, but like ultimately I was like, I gotta play Cap, and like I could not have asked for like a more fun, entertaining experience and like getting into that role and stuff like that. Which, again, was just enhanced by like Rich's ability to like create this game and create this story and create this world for us to play in with these characters. It's insane. It's Josh said it best, right? It's like we're playing with action figures. It really did take me back to like straight up childhood playing with my action figures. The stories, I would do would like, I'd get my, like I my X-Men figures or something and like acted out of my bedroom, these like weird epic stories that it really felt like that and really made me feel like nostalgic and like a kid again.
I mean, I love how you say like when I was a kid, like this was like me, like I guess we've been going for 3.5 hours, but like all my toys are right there. I'm just pointing right off camera.
You've seen my shelves.
I'm pointing
here.
right off camera. All of my Marvel action figures are just stage left. And I was just playing with them earlier. I should have brought them over. But like this was just like this incredible version of that.
We're talking about action figures, so I just have to. But Josh got to see this as he came to my house, but this is a 2-scale gargantuan red
Wow.
dragon miniature.
Wow.
So this dude right here, that's a man-sized person. I realize this is not podcast worthy, but I love action figures. It's half the reason I love D&D. I talk about it all the time. D&D's got a lot of entry points, whether it's like pop culture, like all kinds of like the media that we intake today, comic books, action figures, painting, the art, the storytelling, strategy gaming, fun dice, just hanging out with your friends. There's like so many ways to get in. And I get uptight about D&D a lot. I take it really seriously. It's my livelihood. It's my life these days. And so I know I can be like super pretentious about it sometimes, but God, I love to have fun. And I really do love to find the spaces you can break the rules. Like I've done a lot of adventuring in epic level play with 20th level characters. And I've found that like even the people who play those characters for years to get them to 20th level, they can drown in them sometimes because it's a lot to juggle. So I just want to thank you guys for being like as on point as you were tonight. Like you all were very fast and very good and very dramatic, and like it helped me. And I hope Ultron didn't feel too oppressive.
Ultron was amazing.
Ultron
That
was
first-
fantastic.
Yeah.
Every one of his legendary resistances or
Yes.
reactions that he took, it just made us matter. Like it was
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Oh, it
Yeah.
just
Only
felt great.
the icing on the cake would have been if he was voiced by James Spader, but I think you found a good
Yes.
substitute.
You did great.
Yeah, you did great.
Who needs James
Um,
Spader? We've got our Philly.
God damn
I-
right.
Also, definitely want to say, obviously Rich for putting this all together, but definitely shout out here to Mike, Adam, and Sheldon for joining Josh and I in this. Like, thank you guys so much for participating, for being part of this team with us. You guys are incredible, and like I'm so glad that this group came together, that this team assembled for this adventure, because like it's great. You guys were phenomenal and fantastic. So thank you so much for participating in this like epic D&D Marvel adventure with us.
Yeah.
And if I can, I just want to say to the patrons who like contributed to all this is a reward, one of the incentives for the marathon, as Josh, you said. It was really tough for me to like fill this roster, you guys, like Kevin and Josh obviously were set. And a bunch of people like wanted to get in. So I know there are a handful of folks that didn't make any of the incentive games. I'm certainly open to like coming back to revisit this off podcast and like playing this kind of a game again for some folks, for especially the folks who weren't able to get into any of the other cool incentives that we did.
Yeah, I mean, those stat blocks exist, right? Like you created
Oh,
these
yeah.
characters. We
Yeah.
have at least 10 Avengers that people could
Yeah.
play as. And certainly there's no ownership over any of these characters. Hey,
No, yeah.
we do not profess to
Wait,
own any
we-
of that.
We don't own Captain America, Thor, Iron. We don't
it's
own
a-
that. We don't
Oh,
own
no.
We're borrowing. So anyone else who wants to take this stuff for a spin, I think the tools are here. It should be done.
I get the tools. I'm sure people have questions. I could do like a deep dive on this. Maybe that's a Dungeons and Dragons and Discord follow-up bonus podcast or something. But yep, cool. This is
Awesome
rad.
stuff.
Yeah,
If people
amazing,
want to
amazing.
watch the video version of this is all streamed at twitch.tv/DMFilly. That's twitch.tv/DMFilly. So you'll get the VOD there. Also on YouTube, Rich, is this going to live on the YouTube?
DMFilly on YouTube. Yep, it'll be up
Nice.
by the weekend.
So check that out, twitch.tv/DMFilly and DMFilly on YouTube as well. Everybody do plugs. Where can people find you on the internet, Sheldon?
Yeah, you can find me on the internet at ShellDumb. It's my name, but it's just dumb. And my wife and I also do a podcast called The Anglo Files, where we talk about British pop culture, TV, and movies. And our latest episode is about the newest Bond movie. Our episode hasn't come out yet, even though the movie has. But it's very good. You all should go see that movie.
Awesome. Adam, where can the people find you? What do you got going on?
Yes, two important things. The first, I also have a podcast with Todd the Librarian of PSR fame, and then also of TV Lindy, where we become Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, the Rachel Bloom show. So we are one indescribable podcast. You can find us there. And the other important announcements, the musical number 2 is coming
Yes.
Get hype.
very soon.
Oh,
My
exciting.
goodness. All right, Mike Bloom, what do you got going on? So much.
I've got more plugs to fill, like a cinematic universe.
It's
I'll just say
at a Mike Bloom type.
at a Mike Bloom type. I write, I podcast, if you're into that type of stuff, check it out. I'm sure you are. So I'm appreciative of any engagement. And to echo what Kevin said before, thank you for having us on. This was an incredible opportunity. It checked every single box that I would ever thought of when I heard about this opportunity, and I'm excited for hopefully, Marvel Cinematic Universe loves to sequelize, so hopefully one will be in the books at some point.
Me too. And I really, I gotta say, I advocated pretty hard for Mike to not be involved in this, and I'm really glad that I was ruled down. Because
I did take your heart out and threaten, like Obadiah Stane style, to be like, I'm just gonna leave you dying here if you don't let me be a part of this.
I couldn't be happier to have been trapped inside the Soul Stone with anybody else.
I was gonna say
that's 76, Josh. That's 76.
There's gonna be a point when Tony was gonna ask Hulk to do a Lost podcast in there.
I was just gonna say they're discussing, like, since Hulk is talking about TV shows, it's like, have you rewatched Lost yet? Yeah. That's the conversation.
Yes.
It's funny too, because like all of us were discussing characters, and Mike was one. I feel like immediately everyone was like, well, Mike is Tony, right? Like it was the obvious, like. Yeah.
I love that he also got to be Ant-Man though. Like that's so good. Like
good.
Scott and Tony.
Like the Chad and the whatever the other one is in that meme, right?
Yes, it is really, really great. Rich, you're twitch.tv/DMFilly. You're DMFilly wherever we can find you.
I'm DMFilly pretty much everywhere now. Yeah, you've taught me about good branding, Josh. I'm DMFilly on Twitch, on Twitter, on YouTube. You can come find me there. If you dig this, then I encourage you to sign up for the Discord $10 a month level and come say hello to us in the D&D section of the Discord. There's a big wall of text. It can seem kind of scary. It can be a little intimidating. It seems like a lot. We have a really cool group of people in that space. All these folks right here play. You can come play with all of us. And so I encourage you to come hit me up there. Listen to Dungeons & Dragons at Discord. And check out the stream. Give me a follow. Give me a sub if you can. It pays my bills.
Amazing. Go pay this man's bills. Kevin, we're in the middle of waiting for Eternals, I guess, on Everything is Super.
Yeah. We took a little bit of a break last week. I think that was my first week off of the podcast since we started, which was a nice little
break. Had skip weeks. We've had skip weeks. The thing that hasn't happened, Kevin, is we haven't had an episode of Everything is Super that you haven't been on. That hasn't happened. Yes.
Now it's become a thing. Now I got to stay on this, so I'm really glad.
It's so awkward when I fire you. God,
it's gonna be so.
It's gonna be really uncomfortable.
Yeah. But beyond this, of course, you can find me if you're on the Patreon level, along with Everything is Super. I do the YA podcast with my Canadian co-host Melissa Woodward, where we discuss young adult fiction. We did Twilight already. We did The Hunger Games. This month for October, we're doing something really fun where we are covering young adult horror films. We started off with a little bit of an indie film called Detention. We moved into Goosebumps, the live action movie, which was really great. And we just did Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and that's coming your way soon. And we also announced what we're coming next. And I might as well just say it here so people can get hyped, because we had an original plan about what we were going to do for the final week, but we changed because enough people literally asked us, are you going to do this movie? And it wasn't the plan, but since so many people asked us, including like just people on Twitter hitting us up, our final film is going to be the Disney Channel original Halloween Town. So that's going to be what's coming your way for the last one. And it's going to be really great. It's going to be really fun. So if you're interested, definitely sign up for the Patreon. $5 level gets you all of that, but also gets you something really cool, because this month is the 1-year anniversary of the Post Show Recaps Patreon. And we've got something really interesting called the Campus Tour going on, which, Josh, you can tell all these wonderful people about.
Yeah, of course. The Campus Tour is at that $5 level. You can come and hang out with us in the Post Show Recaps Patron Discord. We have built a wing for you. We want you in here. We want you to see what it's all about. If you come in, if you sign up at the $5 level, I'm sliding into your messages with a link to come and join us in the Discord. Come and join us in the Discord. You'll have some channels available to you. You'll have all of the patrons who are in the Discord who have chosen to come in here available to you. We'll hang out with you. We will show you around. We will certainly try to drag you down to our level and join us in the greater dungeon known as the Post Show Recaps Patron Discord. But if you just want to chill at that $5 level and hang out on campus, that's an option. That's a thing that you can do. We want to hang out with you there as well. So consider it. We're really proud of the community we've built here. We want you to be a part of it. That $5 a month level, it's something that we're doing all month long. So yeah, give it a shot, give it a look-see, a gander, if you will. That's patreon.com/post show recaps. We'll say it again one last time, and I'll say it slowly. Patreon.com/post show recaps. That's how you find us on Patreon. You can find me on the internet. I'm at Round Howard. Kevin's at Kev Mahadeo.
Oh yeah, that part of it.
Yeah, I got you. We've got more Everything is Super coming your way real soon. I'll call it on the podcast here, but we'll probably hang out for another couple minutes on twitch.tv/DMFilly. For the podcast's sake, Avengers disassemble.